Oh man. Uh, Sage Miski is like a little bit more menacing now. I mean, he really did look menacing within the chapter. He yeah, that's crazy. He does look exactly like Curse Mark II Sasuke. That's super crazy. Oh shit. Hold on.
And there we go.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. I forgot to add in your audio. I forgot to add in the output audio, so that way everyone can hear you on the stream. My goodness,
Yeah.
my bad.
Are you live on YouTube? Yeah, you still haven't
Yeah.
explained what's going on here. Okay, you are.
Okay. Yeah.
Late
Here.
night stream on Walky Talky Podcast. Okay. Okay, I see. So it's whenever I talk, it goes loud noise,
Well, no, it's like whenever you
bright
talk.
light up.
No, whenever you talk, your profile picture lights up, and so does mine.
My pro.
Yeah, your
You're
profile.
you're lagging out, by the way.
Oh, I am.
Is what I should say. It'd be funny if I just it'd be funny if I just full screen on this for the whole stream. Just streaming your stream and no one knows. It looks like a template that works anyways. So if Kamui joins, will that pop him up if he starts talking or whatever?
Well, I'll have to add his profile picture onto here, but it's
No.
on a website. In fact, let me go ahead and link
Oh,
it to
okay.
you, so that way you can know where to go. You want me to put it into
That's
the
cool.
chat
Yeah,
on Discord or in the live stream or in your
yeah,
live
that
stream?
works.
Okay. Hold on.
I mean, yeah, it's anywhere that I'll see it. I'll have to try it out next stream. That'll be really cool.
Yeah, it looks super.
Gotta test it out or whatever.
Yeah, it looks super dope. Like I was trying to figure out like how I remember I was watching Noodles and how the way his profile picture would light up whenever he and I forgot who his other buddy was, but um his profile pictures would light up whenever he would talk, and I was like, okay, how do I do that? And then stumbled across this. I was like, oh, that's it. I was like, wow, that's how he did it. That's crazy. Oh shit. Hold on. What the fuck?
There's this one Minecraft channel called Skeppy. Shout out Skeppy. I think he's like got an editor that like meticulously edits an animation for his character to talk whenever he does or whatever. Not like a VTuber thing, but like or like a blinking thing. I don't know. It's weird. And like he uses it to like show the perspective because he switches perspectives of people a lot. But I think it's really cool. But I'm guessing it's not through that. I'm guessing that someone is actually like doing that.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Anyways. But yeah, so the only thing that's bad about sharing this is it's cool for the visuals, except the only problem is that like obviously if I'm watching it on stream through your stream or whatever, the the audio and the visuals for whenever people talk is not gonna sync up at all. But that's fine.
Hmm. Hold on. Oh, there's Kamui.
But yeah, so the chapter. Oh, is Kamui here?
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, I've given up. I don't know what it sounds like. I give up.
Okay, well, that's okay.
How does it sound? Does it sound
Oh.
good or bad?
Mm, I'll let Immortal answer that one.
What do you mean?
You know what? I think that speaks volumes.
I just want. Oh my god, dude, I'm pissed. Just tell me, is
Purple
it good or bad?
lightning was crazy. Kamui, what do you think of purple lightning in the chapter?
Oh shit.
I'll answer that after.
It sounds salvageable.
All right, fuck this shit, dude.
It's manageable. Immortal, are you not going to answer excuse my weeb rudeness's question?
Wait, huh? Sorry, I was doing something. What was the question?
He's saying what's good.
Oh, what's good?
It was what's good.
Oh shit. I'm sorry, I was paying attention to the chat.
Kamui, I think you can answer that with not an answer. So what's not good is Kamui's audio. But that's what's not good. So what's good? Moro?
Oh, sorry. What's good? What's good? What's good?
Oh, well, I think Kamui's good. Kamui gave up on giving up.
He
became Nagato or whatever.
Oh man, is he? Wait, hold on. Did he
Reminds
leave?
me of in Ben 10, Alien Force. It was Paradox, Professor Paradox. He has this line where he went insane, but then he spent so long being insane that he got bored of that, so he became sane again.
Wait.
He was bored of being insane. That's
Wow.
how long he was insane for.
Oh wow.
He spent so long here, he went insane. But then he spent so long being insane, he got bored of that and became sane again. I think that's the quote.
That is a paradox.
Love it.
I just love how it ironically fits in with what's going on with him.
Immortal.
Yeah.
You are constantly cutting in and out. That's crazy.
Oh man.
Almost as crazy as purple lightning. Eh, nah? Nah, what do you think about that? Nah, the purple lightning, that was crazy. When that happened in the chapter. I thought it was pretty crazy. I might as well pull the chapter up. I wrote down a lot of talking points for it. Let me just pull it up really quick. On viz.com is where I'm pulling this up at. Is the website of which Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 6 is being pulled up at. Is viz.com. Oh yeah. And I know I'm not sharing my screen on stream. What I am doing is pulling up the chapter though.
Yes, that was really cool.
By finding it. Scrolling up.
Boruto having purple lightning isn't crazy. He used it in novels, and his character data sheet confirmed he had it. Yeah. Wasn't it also implied that didn't Kakashi teach him that in the anime? Or did he because his
guest sounds really quiet. No, he hasn't learned it in the anime yet. He used it in the tuning exams because it was stored in the scientific ninja tech. But honestly, the anime version of it is the dumbest version because that's a jutsu he doesn't know. And so it's not like Naruto's like, Hinata, use your Byakugan to assess what's happening. No, Boruto just used a jutsu he doesn't know. Obviously, Naruto or anyone else is going to notice that. Why did he even have the jutsu stored in there in the first place? Did he know he had it in there?
I think it could have probably been Kashin Koji that taught him that.
It's possible. It could also be he got it through True Essence.
True Essence.
Assuming Momoshiki knew it, which is possible because I think it could be a Shinjutsu. Purple Lightning, I'm just saying now, could be a Shinjutsu because Madara had it, and I think it was a Shinjutsu and Madara had it. So there you go.
Hmm.
But I got the Purple Lightning pulled up on my screen, and I'll do it like this, and there you go. There's Boruto using Purple Lightning. I think it's pretty cool. It's on Viz.com is where I have this pulled up at. Is this right? What? I'm so confused. How do you zoom in? I had it zoomed in last night. Oh, I gotta zoom it in.
Was it?
Well, okay, well, anyways, it was there, so. Whatever.
It's interesting to say the least.
Mitsuki's had it and he's used it, and Boruto's had just in general lightning release. He's used lightning arrow a couple times where he just throws it. He used it in the Code Arc. I think was the last time he used it. I could be wrong. He might have used it some other time. I don't think so though. I think that was the last time he used it in the Code Arc. But the point is, he has purple lightning here. Mitsuki used it in the Owl Arc, so we know Mitsuki has had it. He could have also picked it up from watching Mitsuki use it, which is another possibility. Or it's possible Kakashi taught it to Sasuke, or Sasuke copied it from Kakashi using a Sharingan, in which case Sasuke would have known it, in which case Sasuke would have taught it to Boruto, considering Sasuke taught Boruto all of his jutsu. That includes his Uchiha jutsu that technically should only stay within the clan, like it does not the biggest deal in the world, considering Hiruzen knew all jutsu, so it's possible for other people to learn it, and it's not like against the rules or anything. But we don't know at what point Boruto technically mastered it, considering it was only conceptually possible. He taught it to him, but that doesn't mean he had it. In the same way, Boruto had always... Okay, no, actually a better example. Naruto always had the ability to do the Rasengan, but he couldn't do it until the Kabuto fight in the Search for Tsunade arc. Like in the tuning exams, there's nothing stopping him from doing the Rasengan then. He just doesn't know how to do it. Like, he has all the capability to do so. He has the chakra to do it. Well, I guess in tuning exams, you'd have to determine which part, considering Orochimaru's 5-prong tetragram still, which ruined his chakra control, which is why he wasn't able to walk on water. But other than that, assuming he has the chakra control to do it, he has the chakra to do it, he just doesn't have the knowledge to do it. Yeah. So in the same way, I think Boruto has the knowledge for a lot of abilities, or at least he did back in the flashback. But I don't know what clan is what Chus says. The Uchiha clan? Is that donuts in your name? That's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie.
Donuts.
Donut emojis. Chocolate donut emojis while I'm at it. But yeah, you got lightning release. He doesn't really do much with it. Like, he just chops the heads of the swords or whatever. But yeah. By the way, while I'm here, I might as well scroll down a little bit to when he jumps in the air. Like, what was he doing here? So first of all, like, he flies very clearly. But here, does he jump? Or did he just levitate upwards quickly? I thought he jumped here when it was like here. I thought he just jumped in the air. I didn't realize he was flying until like a few pounds. In fact, I don't think he's flying here yet. So it could be he didn't even start flying. Yeah, I think he did just jump up in the air. By the way, this is like the funniest panel of the chapter when he's just upside down and it's just a close up of his foot randomly.
Yeah.
I didn't know what this was when I first saw it. Did he land like on his head and he's just buried in the ground here? Is this someone else? Like, is the camera upside down?
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was a little bit weird how they had this close-up shot of just his legs and his cloak. But in the next shot, we clearly see that he's in the air. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I thought it was a little bit weird how, it was all just like, Boruto's close-up shot of Boruto's leg and his cloak in the air. And just like, oh, man.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he got okay, but then he clings to his sword. There is a clinging sound effect, which is weird, considering he doesn't do anything. He says Sarada as if he's going to do something with the swords. Maybe like Sarada, get back, or Sarada, run, or Sarada, uh, I'm about to do this. Or Sarada, watch this, or look at this. I don't know. Or Sarada, this is your father's technique. I thought it was gonna be something like that. No, it's Sarada. I'm gonna. Here's my plan. I'm gonna save the people, and he just hand off the sword here. By the way, it's like grabs the sword. Sarada lets go of the sword, refuses to elaborate, flies away. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Ikimoto was
Why?
trying.
Why did he grab the sword?
I don't know. He was trying to unsheath the sword while he was in the air. So it didn't look too bad.
Maybe he couldn't. Maybe the sword got stuck. He's like, you know what? Nah,
Huh.
I just give up.
Ikimoto was trying to channel Toji in the Shibuya incident with Boruto's upside down poses. Yeah. Oh man, I'm skipping.
That's
Oh
funny.
goodness.
I like that. I will say it's possible because he clings the sword, then he unclings the sword. What if, because we see in the next page here, Mitsuki has retracted his snakes. By the time Boruto is flying away, the snakes that were above ground are now below ground. In fact, the ground has already been put back to normal. There's not even a crater or anything where the snakes came up. So my theory, I'm not even going to say headcanon, I'm going to say it's canon, considering what's been shown. So it's implied that Boruto grabbed the sword and Mitsuki had the snakes retreat. Therefore, Boruto ungrabbed the sword, recognizing the fight is over, and then he flew away.
Hmm.
Stupidest
Oh.
thing of all time. I'm saying,
I'm not.
Oh, that's funny. So I was wondering this. Who do you think cut Boruto's hair?
Who do I think?
Boruto cut Boruto's hair, or Kashin Koji did?
Boruto probably did it
Yeah,
himself.
because it was long in the time skip. Now it's short here.
Yeah.
I mean, did he use a mirror, or did he use his sword?
Uh,
How did he do it?
he probably did cut his hair himself, maybe
They
with the
have
sword.
scissors in the Naruto universe?
They probably might have.
That'd be funny.
Probably might have.
Yeah, I should probably pull up the raw scans as well, considering how awfully these are translated. This is a part that I didn't understand of all parts, even though like the entire chapter is translated terribly. So I promise I'll save my master, and also everyone that turned into a tree, and also ... No, I will come again. What is he saying here?
Well-
and also, no, I will come again. Like,
Well, he is telling you.
the raws.
Well, he is
Yeah.
making a promise to everyone that to not just everyone, to Sarda specifically, that he's going to save everyone. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Ooh, hold on.
But then he says no. Why say no? And also, he could have just said, and also I will come again. That would have been fine. But he throws a no in the middle of that. That's a negative thing, as if to say, no, I will not come again.
Well, no, that's not what they're. I mean, assuming I understand what they're trying to go for. Boruto was going to say something, and then he said no, as in never mind. I'm not going to tell you that now. I will come again, and he'll probably tell her it later. Boruto never said the thing he was going to say. I will come again isn't what he was going to say, and also that's a separate thing.
Yeah, it just seems weird to me. So the only thing I'll say here is there's dots both before and after the no. So all this is translated correctly, actually. So it's sorekara, which is like, and also, or whatever, dot, 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 dot. And then dot, 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 iya, which is no. And then dot, dot, dot. And then this is mata kiru, which is like, I'll come again.
No, actually, I kind of want to pull up. Let me pull up the raws real quick so I can or
Because
not the
this,
raws, but the
tell
English
me
one,
if
so
I'm
we can see if
wrong,
this parts we
Dominic.
want to translate. Shoot. What do I
So,
need to search? Boruto to.
I feel like I say this every chapter, but this chapter was by far the least legible chapter of all of the Two Blue Vortex leaked scans or whatever. Like, this was not English.
No, there was
No.
definitely a worse one. Post time skip, absolutely. I don't think this is the worst one, for sure. Like,
But this one
obviously
was
there's some
bad.
like bad. Yeah, but like I don't remember which one off the top of my head. But there was definitely another one that I thought was like objectively worse to the point where I was like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna do an early chapter review because I was like, I'm waiting for this. I mean, I'm going to wait for this one too, only because I found out it comes out Friday instead of Saturday, like I thought. So it's like, okay, I'm off Friday right now, so I think I'm just gonna not pick up a shift and I'll do the review. But I was debating and doing it early though. Whereas there was another one where I was like, "There's no way in hell I'm doing this early because it was so bad."
I mean, for me, I think this was the one that I recognized it being the worst. Maybe I just forgot in the past. Again, it's
Well,
like every
that's the
month I
problem.
say this, but
Yeah, because you've kind of forgot. Like, I don't remember which chapter I remember being really bad. I just remember that I was like, "No way in hell I'll do an early review because of it." So, okay, yeah. So, okay, there was some Shikamaru panels I did want to see your translation with, but I guess we should backtrack because I joined late because of my stupid mic problems.
okay. So
Um,
Convoy, well, we got into a very intellectual discussion about this. Who cut Boruto's hair, and what method did they use to do it?
I assume they use the norm. Well, I mean, it depends. Okay, so
I mean, are scissors
there's two
canon in
options.
Naruto?
So we never see like the only haircuts in Naruto we've ever seen are when Sakura cut her hair against Kiin in the Force of Death, and when Ino cut her hair against Sakura in the Chunin exams preliminaries. We've never seen how their barber system works, but it's assumed that they off-screen get haircuts the same way that they off-screen eat food at the time. So I would assume that either A, well, there's three options. Sasuke did it for Boruto, Boruto just did it himself, or he just went to a random barber on the go. It's not like the entire world knows who the hell Kawaki is or any of this shit. Like, I don't even think. I mean, I don't know, but like, does like Gara even know? Like, did this happen? Like, does he know Naruto's gone? I would like to think so, but they never talk about it. But either way, there's got to be like, freaking Barber Teuchi, his barber cousin in like the Stone Village, probably doesn't know who the hell Boruto or Kawaki are. You know, he could probably just waltz in there and get away with it. It's not like they need to ID him.
I was thinking Teuchi would actually be like the best person to have be a barber within the Naruto universe. Like he just takes the ramen hat off and puts on the barber hat. It just goes job
he gets
to
up
job.
the scissors like. Hey, he probably wouldn't discriminate. He probably like, yeah, I'll give you a haircut. Business is business.
It would be even funnier if, like, instead of scissors, he just somehow made chopsticks work for cutting his.
Yeah.
Oh man, what was that?
Yeah,
okay,
but
I forget. I probably shouldn't forget this. But is Gara so the Sand Village? Is that in the Land of Fire? I think it is, right?
What? No.
Okay, is it in the Land of Wind?
Yeah. Why would it be the Land of Fire?
I don't know. It's close. It's only 3 days away. Okay, so it's not a Land of Fire.
Come on
they say
now.
the feudal lords like, oh, it's not just Konoha. Everyone in the Land of Fire wants you dead.
Yeah. So actually, you might as well go to that early part and just see, did they mess up like the translation when they say feudal lords plural? Or, you might as well just look. This has got to be like,
Yeah.
okay, the second, it's the page where they have Koharu, the old man with the beard, and there's a lot of text. It says the feudal lords are really upset. So if it is plural, that means that they're referring to like the five great nations, like as a whole, probably. Like all of them are like, I don't like this, for whatever reason.
It says,
Or alternatively, I guess there might just be like multiple people who count as a feudal lord in Konoha in the Land of Fire, but there's only one
No, I think there's
main
just
feudal
one.
lord. I don't know how it works.
That'd be weird. Here, I'll put it in chat. Is it this one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay,
So
where
the
is it on the left?
bottom
Right?
left, the bottom left is where it said feudal lords on the English one.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't know what
It was right at the
feudal lord
beginning.
translates to. Also, this is very blurry. I had a zoomed in version last night, but when I zoom in on this, it just doesn't work. I don't get it. I don't get it. I understand.
I don't know.
Because I can't read this very well when it looks like this.
I mean, it's not really a big deal, but
Yeah.
but I mean, I assume it's either just the one feudal lord, or if it's plural, it's probably like multiple nations feudal lords are having the problem.
Huh.
I had it, instead of scrolling, I could like click and it would go to the next page. Like I could only see one page at a time. But I'm confident I found it through the same method of Viz, of which I'm using right now.
Well, you can change the style to page by page or by scrolling on OP scans there.
Yeah, how do I do that?
It's hold on. Get out of whatever that. Okay. Scroll down. I mean, I know what it looks like on mine. Keep scrolling down. They get it onto the chapter 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in scroll. Now try the in the top leftish, not the arrows, but there's an up and down thing and a side to side thing. They kind of look like dumbbells. Try the side to side one. Well,
ooh, that's way better.
okay. Well, that's not what I
works.
thought I was gonna do,
There you go.
but
That's all I
that
need.
might make it easier because it's bigger.
Yeah, those buttons did nothing just a minute ago. No, this is infinitely better.
You need to go higher.
Right here.
I mean, that's definitely easier for me to see. But
Weird. It's like the text is the same size.
Boruto's about to put the hurt on
It's like they
Mitsuki.
changed it. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, this is good enough.
I have a question from someone in chat. It says, do you guys think that Karma Boruto is beyond Baryon mode in Ishiki now in terms of power scaling?
or like Karma Boruto?
Yeah, at this given point. Yeah, like Karma
like
mode Boruto.
I mean, if he sprouts the horn, absolutely.
Absolutely.
He's like in control. I mean,
yeah.
At the end of the day, even if it was primarily like Boruto, okay, so against Code, Boruto didn't like, out arm wrestle Code, and he didn't necessarily like pure speed blitz him either. He was using like flying Raijin, but still, it wasn't like Code seemed way faster or stronger either. They kind of seemed like similar, and Boruto just completely dominated him with his new jutsu that we see, flying Raijin and Rasengan Uzuhiko. So Code is stronger than Jigen. So is Ishiki, but like Boruto has 1 or 2 stages of karma to amp himself. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know if was Jigen Karma 2 over Karma, was Ishiki Karma 2 over Karma 2 Jigen? Like, I don't know about that. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
But
so I
it
got the
almost feels
translation,
like,
by
yeah.
the way.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So that method definitely worked in the end.
Daidyodo,
Daimyo, yeah,
Daidyodo, is, yeah, that's feudal lord, obviously. But it has a no here, which implies there could be more than one, and it has a wa, so it's like about the feudal lord. Taihen, just like, oh no, or trouble, or like a lot. In this case, it's really meaning a lot. And then Ikari, which is anger, which is like not upset, but angry. It's like the feudal lord. So about
Hey,
the
that's
feudal
the name
lord,
of one of
they
those
are
guys in the
angry,
Funato clan arc,
very
isn't
angry.
it? Isn't there an Ikari? Oh, it's Isari. Never mind. All right, feudal lords are angry. Never mind. My side
Yeah.
tangent. It wasn't Ikari. um, yeah,
So the
but
rest
the
of this, I
point
don't know
is,
as much.
so it's
It's like
vague.
budget or
It
whatever,
could
but
be
yeah.
it. So basically, what you're saying is it could be one or it could be multiple. It doesn't specify.
Yeah, but I'm really interested. We might be in danger of running the village. I'm gonna assume that's ruining.
Wait, huh?
Yeah, so
I
it
didn't even
says
notice
in
it.
the OP scans. We exactly exactly, Godwood. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
This chapter's the
Okay.
worst.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so what's funny is I like auto translated that in my head, like when I read it to what it probably means. I think it means that like essentially we might be in danger in not being like the feudal lords might think we can't run the village, or we might not be able to run the village properly. I think that's the point it's getting at, but that's funny. We might be in danger of running the village. Like, oh no, we have to run the village. Help us.
Oh no.
Okay. So it's okay. What? This makes. Hang on. What? We might be in danger of. So instead of running, the kanji is like continuance, survival, persistence, retention, duration. So they might be in danger of continuing to survive.
No. No. No, it's what it's I mean, translate the whole thing. It probably says like the village might be in danger or the village might be unable to survive. I imagine that's what the Japanese is trying to say. Not that we're in
So it
danger
says-
of surviving, we're in danger of not surviving. But like the village
So
won't
it says
survive.
the village's continuance. I just want to make sure. Yeah, so the village continuance. So about the village continuance. So Ayabu, Mare, Kanen. Okay. So let's see this one. Ayabu. I'm gonna get. Oh yeah, this is danger. To fear, to doubt. Okay. So they worry. Okay, so what it's really saying is they're worried about the village's survival.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Like the feudal lords slash the elders are mostly the feudal lords are concerned the village won't be able to survive. That's the point. But technically
I
this
would
says
not translate that as "but we might be in danger of running the village."
yeah, so this is okay. Here's the thing. It makes me think that the OP scans translators, like, they must not be English speakers. There's no other way around it. Because it's just like
Yeah.
you know that's not what it is, because that doesn't make sense in English. It's like there's many times when they do shit, or like Shinkatsuzu, it's like you know that's not what it is. Like because you like if you're an English speaker, there's some lines in here like in every OP scans. They do it for JGK too, where I'm like if you're an English speaker, you know it's wrong because it doesn't make sense. like if I was even if I can't translate the Japanese perfectly, I'm just gonna make up an example. Okay, I'm sure the kanji don't get confusing like this, but just to get the idea, if I confused run versus sprint hypothetically, because I'm not a Japanese expert, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if it was sprint or run. Okay, I'm not gonna pick like sprun, make up some word that doesn't exist in English, or I'm not gonna say like he fell, or just a completely wrong thing, or I don't even know, make an untranslatable sentence. I'm gonna make it sound like English. It just might be wrong. That's how this does it. They make it sound Englishy. Sometimes it's a little bit inaccurate though. But this isn't English. Like, I mean, it is English, but it makes no sense. So
My favorite part about this is the but. The but here makes this infinitely make less sense. The feudal lords are really
feudal
upset.
lords are really
not only
upset.
about the
Not
budget,
only about the
but
budget,
I
we
was-
might be in danger.
but we might
It's-
be in danger.
It's even funnier
dude,
when they
well-
misspell Boruto's name.
Okay. Okay, I'll say this to Udi. The butt in of itself wouldn't be a problem if they said the feudal lords are really upset, not only about the budget, but also because they think we're in danger or whatever. That would make sense, but that's not what it says. But
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. If it made sense, then yeah, it would make sense.
okay, anyway. Well, let's go through these. This is funny.
But first, before that, I will ask, because we were also talking about this. How do you think Boruto learned Purple Lightning, or when? Or does he know multiple Purple Lightning techniques, or what's up with that?
He's supposed to have already known this shit since the OW arc. He already knows it.
And I
Okay.
Like, in
I
the
was-
manga, they have like the data book cards, the Borukara card things. Like, I think it was in the OW arc that it did it. When they literally said Boruto, both Boruto and Mitsuki, with Mitsuki we see in the manga do it, but Boruto stated to be able to do Purple Lightning way back early part 1. He already knows how to do it.
oh,
Well, there you go.
so all he has to
According
do
the
is
manga.
just yeah.
And in the anime, he has experience with at least using it with the Ninja Tech Gauntlet. I think he use it in against Ao in the anime too? I don't remember.
No, he.
No, I think he was using standard lightning against Al.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
Mitsuki. He might use the Thunderclap arrow or whatever it's called. Thunder arrow.
Okay. Well, either way though, in the manga, Boruto's just always had it. He never used it, but he's always had it.
Now, I was saying the anime with the tuning exams was like the stupidest way for Boruto to get caught cheating because he's using a technique that he just doesn't know. Like, that's so obvious to everyone around him. Like, did Boruto know he had Purple Lightning in the gauntlet?
I mean,
Huh.
I guess, like, in a sense, you could say it was like a secret weapon. Like, he learned it but wasn't showing it. Like, as an example, Boruto learned the Rasengan. Naruto didn't know that yet. So, like, if Boruto used his Vanishing Rasengan on Shikadai, for example, Naruto, by that logic, would think Boruto cheated when he didn't. He just showed Naruto what he learned then. So I don't think that's necessarily fair. Of course, there is a certain extent, though, with, like, Purple Lightning, it's like, how the hell did he learn that? Like, Naruto could ask Kakashi, like, yo, did you teach him that? And he'd be like, no. Nobody else knows the jutsu. Like,
Huh.
I guess Mitsuki does,
Well, I'm
but...
thinking Sasuke might know it, we just don't know. But it's definitely possible.
You know what? What's interesting though is Sasuke runs Chidori through his blade. Boruto runs Purple Lightning through his sword. What's the difference at that point? Like, it's in the sword. There's no difference.
Yeah,
I just thought it was funny. Like,
So,
at face value, the jutsu are different. They have different points to them, like striking goals, you could say. They work differently, but in the sword, it's like, at that point, what's the difference? Anyway.
so
I definitely... Yeah, go ahead, Moral.
I have a question. So, what other techniques do you think he probably could have learned? Because I know he has an affinity for lightning release. We've seen he's able to discharge lightning at the Bug Shinju clone to repel him. We've seen him use Thunderclap Arrow. We've also just recently seen him actually use Purple Lightning and infuse it into a sword, which is a technique that Sasuke himself had. But does he know Kirin? Does he know Chidori's Raikiri? Or,
I mean, we don't know every single thing, but presumably according to Sasuke, he taught him almost everything he knows. So there's only a small select few things from Sasuke that Boruto doesn't know, which, for example, Sasuke can't teach him anything the Sharingan does. Unisport doesn't have that. Boruto might know how to make a Chidori, but at the end of the day, he's not going to use it because the way Chidori's designed, you ideally would have a Sharingan. So unless Boruto's got like Sage Mode or something, he's probably not going to use that. However, something like Chidori's Stream or the Chidori's Senbon or Chidori's Spear, there's no reason why Boruto can't do that, or a Purple Lightning Spear or a Purple Lightning Senbon or whatever. Like, he could do those just fine. So I imagine he did learn those types of jutsu. For all we know, he learned Chidori's Stream, and that helped him inspire Rasengan Uzuhiko. Presumably, I guess we haven't seen him use Fire Style, so we can't say anything about that. But Kirin is an option, just given that he's using Chakra, the planet, Rasengans. Well, why the fuck not use Lightning from the planet at that point?
Yeah.
But at the same time, if he doesn't have Fire Style, he's not using Kirin. In fact, he probably... Yeah, if he doesn't have Fire Style, he probably never learned Kirin, I guess, because he can't make it Lightning. So...
it's even...
a moot point.
Yeah. It's even crazier because, like, he has 2 teachers that knows Fire Style. And, what's to say that he won't develop an affinity for Fire Style?
He's had a 3rd teacher who knows Fire Style, Konohamaru, Sasuke, and Kashin Koji.
Yeah, so he's got, like, 3 teachers who know Fire Style. So I'm just saying, like, will he eventually learn it to incorporate into his techniques? Like, to learn new ones,
there was
probably.
the anime ending that showed him using Fire Style, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
He had Sage Mode in that one too, so who knows? I will say, I think he definitely knows all of them, considering Sasuke said, "I've taught you everything theoretically. You have."
He said
of
almost
this knowledge,
everything,
but
so
that
I mean,
doesn't
it's like he probably taught him everything that Boruto could actually do. So like, there's probably something Sasuke knows, but like the Amaterasu, for example, but he can't teach Boruto that. So I assume it's everything.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously, but like I meant more like, well, because he can't teach him. Yeah, obviously, I meant like Boruto knows how to do all these things. That doesn't necessarily mean he can do them yet. For example, Jiraiya taught Naruto how to do the Rasengan, but it still took him like a month of training to actually learn how to do it.
How to form it and how to, contain it.
Yeah, but at the same time, I wouldn't say that when Jiraiya just showed Naruto the Rasengan, or he just did the first step, I wouldn't say that Jiraiya taught Naruto the Rasengan. I would say that he's teaching Naruto the Rasengan. He's not done yet. He hasn't finished teaching him it until he's done the final step. So in this case, like if Sasuke is definitively saying like, yeah, I taught you Chidori, I feel like Boruto can do it. I mean, it depends though. Like when Sardo was like almost ready in the anime, she's learning Chidori, and she hadn't mastered yet. I mean, you might say Sasuke taught him it, but I feel like, okay, you're just gonna say this that he could have done this anyway. But I think the point is, did he walk him through the complete jutsu? I guess that's the difference here. When Naruto got to the 3rd step and Jiraiya explained it, I think then, yeah, he taught him the Rasengan. Naruto just didn't finish it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, that was pointless.
And then like
exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It's like in 3rd grade when you only have one teacher rather than like later on when you have like multiple teachers, one for each subject. It's like in 3rd grade when you have like one teacher for like 5 different subjects. On like day 1, they'll go over all 5 different subjects. Yes, they're both teaching you that, and they've also taught you that now. It's both. Because it's continuing on, but it's also past tense as well. So I think either way works.
Yeah. But my point though is like when Naruto just hit the water balloon, I wouldn't say Jiraiya taught him the Rasengan yet. Like it's like he's not.
That's not necessarily the best example because of that specific. But I wasn't talking about that specific.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it was pointless, because I just went to that example. But in the case of Sasuke and Sarada and the Chidori, when she was just practicing it, by that point, it seems like Sasuke finished teaching her, and she just had to practice the rest of the way.
Let me put it this way. So when Sasuke says, "I've taught you everything that I know," or whatever, I'm sure you
agree that Sasuke was still stronger than Boruto at that moment, even if they only use those techniques. It's not because he's
like
stronger,
just
it's because he's mastered the techniques to a higher proficiency.
do you mean like stronger in those jutsu, or just like in general he was stronger?
In those jutsu.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Well, maybe not all of them. There might be some where Boruto was better at it, but like generally speaking, like
Possible.
a decent amount of them, and yeah, he was probably still better at the jutsu. Like Sasuke's, I want to say Chidori. Boruto can't use it, but like Sasuke's Uchiha style, whatever the fuck
What?
that Boruto was talking about.
Yeah.
Sasuke's is probably still better.
Well, I think what's actually you might disagree with me here. I think Uchiha style, if we're taking it seriously rather than as a joke, obviously it was supposed to be as a joke, but like in universe, what Boruto meant was like the Uchiha's jutsu. So like in the same way the Nara clan has the shadow jutsu, the Uchiha had their own jutsu that like other clans could do, such as the fireball jutsu. So like Boruto could be referring to stuff like that.
Let me just go back and look at it again. I thought it was in reference to his swordsmanship, but let me see.
I mean, it could be that.
That's what I thought he was
played
directly
off as a
referring to.
joke. But like, and yeah, Boruto. You could say Boruto is joking in series or whatever as well. But I still think if we're taking it seriously, because even if he's joking, there's a reason he said that as a joke.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he was referring to his swordsmanship specifically though. But
I assumed he was
yeah,
talking about
generally
his.
speaking, yeah.
Yeah, I assumed he was talking about like his like
I
style,
think
like his
that's-
clothing, like his fit and everything. That's what I thought.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, like Uchiha style. I mastered it.
I
Like, he's been
mastered-
practicing how to put on that cloak. So, that's even funnier.
I've mastered your fits, master.
I've mastered it. Like, yeah, you did say I've mastered the style, right?
I've mastered the style.
Yeah. Usually they were referring to
Okay.
Shuriken Jutsu. Usually for Uchiha style, it was like in reference to like their Shuriken Jutsu, which is still
Yeah.
funny. Like Shuriken
it.
Jutsu is just funny. Like I know it just means Shuriken technique, and then it's not weird. But hearing it as the word Jutsu, it's like
Yeah.
it's roof tile Shuriken. Like it's like what kind of Jutsu is this?
If we're being honest, I wish they just called actual jutsu something other than that. Like a word that just doesn't exist. Like they could have called it like fireball, flabble labble. I don't care what they call it. Just something that isn't the word technique in Japanese. That way you can have actual techniques separated from like ninjutsu.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that while you have a good point, at the same time though, jutsu is a cool sounding word for the abilities. Shadow clone jutsu
Flabble wabble
sounds
doesn't
cool.
sound cool.
Like sexy jutsu
your
sounds a
jutsu.
lot better than ninja centerfold technique, or you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just like it's got a better ring to it. But
Curvy
yeah, I mean,
jutsu.
because yeah, like Shuriken Jutsu. I mean, but also though, I mean, this wouldn't apply to the Japanese reading, but at least in the English, like my Shuriken technique, like the English could just use that. We have the
Yeah.
option.
Yeah, that'd be the best. The Japanese would sound weird if they're like Shuriken Techniku.
Yeah. Technical. Oh, this is kind of random, but like it just came. This came to light earlier because this. I'm gonna have you translate this just because I'm curious. But so this has been bothering me for a while when I listened to the anime, and every time I saw reality, it sounded like they were saying genjutsu, and I was like. I took the time to look it up because I was like,
It's not,
it was
it's
bothering
great.
me because I'm like, that makes no sense. Genjutsu are illusions. It's because they're saying genjitsu. But when they say in Japanese, it's genjutsu, and it sounds like genjutsu. And oh my god, it's like I just finally decided to look it up because I was like, bro, that's pissing me off. And it's only one katakana letter off. The kanji is different, but I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I was curious though if there's a line where Shikamaru says I can't accept this genjutsu, at least in OP Scan's language. I was curious whether it actually says like I can't accept reality or something different. Because I was just wondering, because I was like, oh, those are close. So
I mean, if it would sound a lot better if he said, "I can't accept this reality," because genjutsu will make it imply that he knows he's under a genjutsu. But
I mean, it's a
I
natural
mean,
assumption. Like if
it
his
is.
memories were altered, genjutsu being the cause is reasonable. But
I mean, when it comes to omnipotence, like if this is like an ability that is far beyond like Kodo Matsukami, where you can just take control over the user's free will, make them do whatever you want them to do. Whereas omnipotence is like complete memory, like I would say, reinstallment, where, whatever the Otsukis want you to think, believe, or, want to make it happen, then they can just like say whatever or not do whatever it is that, I can't really explain it, but it's just like,
I know what you're getting at, but I will say this though, regardless of all that, Shikamaru just doesn't know. Like he doesn't know if he's pondering the possibility of memory altering, he doesn't know specifically what it was. Like he doesn't know about the existence of omnipotence. So the first thing he should be thinking of is either Genjutsu or Orochimaru's cup of tea that he used on Mitsuki.
yeah.
That being said, though, Udi, I want you to look at that. Those. Let me figure out what page it's on.
That's fine. Yeah.
The Shikamaru ones,
By
because
the
I did
way-
actually. Yeah.
By the way, it's hiragana, not katakana, but the Japanese respect your attempt at trying.
Oh, close enough. So
Oh,
the top thing's hiragana. Oh, is
Yeah, these are-
katakana?
well,
Oh, that's
actually,
what it's right. That's
technically-
right. Okay.
Technically, these are furigana.
Okay. So that's right. Katakana is what it
Yeah,
says, like ta, like it says the letters like TA or whatever.
No, that's
Oh my god. Then what is it?
that's what is it again?
How many different writing things are there?
Well, to be fair, the one that you're talking about right now, it's
Okay,
like an
so-
English thing, anyways. Here, you know what? I have it on Duolingo. Let me just. Oh.
So it is
Romaji?
furigana, hiragana,
Romaji.
kanji, katakana, ramaji. Like what else is there?
Yeah. Romaji is what it is. Yeah.
Is there different? Wait, there's different like.
Anyways,
Are
How
these
many
like?
different Japanese writing things are there?
Are they
yeah,
all
I
like?
think you named them all.
Are they all like dialects or
So
something?
what's the difference between hiragana, katakana, and furigana?
It's just the writing system. It's, I guess you could say the difference would be like English from like the 1700s, like Shakespearean English versus English today.
Like
It's a
old English
kind
version.
of way to
Okay.
think about it.
Interesting.
Kind of.
So
But like,
So,
instead
okay,
of speaking, it's writing.
So go all the way to the right on your page where it says kun. What writing system are those? The ones to the right of it.
These are hiragana. So this is the reading. So this is the kun reading and the on reading of this kanji. So each kanji, this actually, so Japanese is twice as hard as you thought it was because each of these kanji can be interpreted two different ways. So this one is actually the on reading because, okay, this is funny. So this is jitsu, right? These two kanji, the ones that look like smiley faces,
Yeah.
yeah, they both look like smiley faces, but these are two different ones, and there's also this other smiley face looking thing on.
smiley, one's more smiley.
That is true.
So that's jitsu. So this is also jitsu. The difference is that this is in katakana, whereas this is in hiragana. But they look completely
Okay. The bottom right one is katakana. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the on reading. You can tell because this is jitsu and this is jitsu. But you can have this same kanji with the kun reading, which in this case, it would just be me. And this is hiragana, so it would just be me here. So it'd be gen mi instead of gen jitsu. But I don't think that's a real word in Japanese. The reason they have the,
okay. I knew about the different reading thing because I know, for example, with yin yang release, there's inyoton and onmyoton. There's two different ways to read it. I found that out. Long story short, so I knew there's more than one way to read a freaking kanji too.
Well, that's that's other than the fact that Japanese is an extremely context-heavy language, which is very difficult to know what that really means if you only know English. Because English is not like that at all. But because of that, not only that, oh, I forgot where else I was going to go with this. But also, I guess because of this as well, it's very difficult to interpret exactly what the correct meaning of a Japanese sentence is to like translate it to English. So that's why you get so many mistranslations in the first place. Or at least that's one reason why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like, oh, is Naruto able to destroy the planet? Or is he able to destroy the universe? It depends which way you read it.
Because in kanji, doesn't universe and world like mean the same thing? In well, because when yeah.
Well, I mean, it like as an example, it's kind of like saying Naruto can destroy the world. What does he mean, universe or planet in that case?
Yeah, is he talking about like
Depends
both?
on how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the concept, but it's more literal in the reading.
Mhm.
But
I have-
For example, this kanji is like 5 different words in one. It's reality, truth, seed, fruit, and nut. But if you have a sentence that says something like, I know the blank, you're not going to say it's I know the fruit unless it's in that context.
oh,
It's
can
gonna
we
be, "I know the
please say
fruit."
that though? Like, I know the fruit.
I know the fruit.
I know the seed.
I know the nut.
Okay. But actually,
know the-
comment
the
when you
nut.
first brought this up. So there's a reason. It's not just coincidence that the words sound similar. The second part is because it's just the own reading of this kanji. But this gen is just the gen. It's the same root of the word if you want to think about it in English terms. So gen is just like the word for like present or current or existing, which is the same kanji with genjutsu. It's the same kanji
Yeah.
with both reality and genjutsu, which makes sense.
What does jitsu mean
It's
again? I
like-
remember I looked it up.
So jitsu. So by the way, it's a combined kanji, so it's like the two ideas together. So if the previous one was present or whatever, this one is truth or reality.
Right. Okay.
And some of the combined kanji are pretty similar to the idea of one of the kanji in itself. Like reality is similar to reality, but like you got to take the idea of the kanji and separate from the words and put it more into concept. So reality in terms of what? In terms of truth rather than presence. So when you combine
Yeah, like the
both
present, like the
and reality,
present reality, like I don't know, like the,
it's almost like reality taken as two different meanings with under one word. It's like it should be two different words, if that makes sense.
kind of, yeah.
So there you go. A lot of kanji are also easy to tell because they have radicals. So the gen kanji, it has a radical in it that looks like a radical that is like anytime you see this means look. This right part of the kanji, like there's two different parts of the kanji. There's this like eye looking one like the crossed eye, and then there's this one that's like it's got this, and it's got this. This one essentially just means look, this radical. And so
What's
that's
the
how
left
you
one
can
mean?
tell. Yeah. So it's of the left kanji, it's the right half of the kanji. This is like
No, but like, what does the all the way left part mean? Does it have? Is it? Does it exist by its the eye thing all by itself?
yeah, it's a radical, but like some of the radicals, I either haven't learned them yet or they don't necessarily mean anything. But you can like group words based on what it could mean. I guess if that makes any sense.
I really want to
Like,
learn
for example, if I
Japanese,
just-
but my God, is that gonna be hard?
I
Yeah.
just click on a random one, like we'll do this one because this looks like one. You can tell all of these have this within it, and so you can sort of determine what the word could mean if you know what the radical itself means, which makes Japanese infinitely easier than just memorizing every kanji ever. Because there's like over 2,000 kanji that you have to learn just through high school. There's like 10,000, I think, in total.
Oh.
And
I wish I had
all of
done the
Japanese people
beginning
don't know kanji.
Japanese. I wish I had done Japanese in college, like instead of just doing a million Spanish classes. Because like you know, like I kind of because I wish I just knew it at least to some extent. Like,
It's definitely difficult. It does take years to actually like learn it, in my opinion.
yeah, and I like when, but I still wish I kind of just did it as a for fun like class on the side type of thing, like mostly for Naruto's sake. But like at least I have a good motivation to learn in that case. Like, oh well, too late.
Well, I will say like some of these radicals, at least I haven't caught on yet. I could probably just look up it. But like a kanji like this, you can see it's at the top. It has like this line with 2 lines through it on each of these. One of these is the kanji for music, and another one is a kanji for drug, like a drugstore. So like, I don't see the similarities with some of them, but they could exist. But yeah, that's Japanese for you.
Well, anyway.
Anyways, which one were you wanting to get through?
Okay, so there's. Oh, let me just go look at. For the most part, I think it's just one page. I'm kind of just curious. Okay, so 188. I don't know if it gives you the numbers of the chapters of what you're looking at, but it doesn't mind.
Okay, 188.
Figure we can just like translate the whole page, honestly, like all the Shikamaru parts.
It's gonna take me a while to translate a whole page, but
okay, we don't need it. Okay, maybe we don't need the whole page, but the most one is the one at the top where it says, "I really can't accept this genjutsu. Why did I even say that?" And then I kind of want to see the next one just to see what you say.
That didn't make any sense to me either.
Because
Here,
I kind of want. So as much as I like this chapter, I also do have 2 really big rants about it. So I kind of just want to see your translation of this page before I say anything further. But there's a couple on here. I just want to see what you say.
Interesting. Okay. Anyways, here, let me go back to here so we can discuss it first, because let's discuss it. Okay, so this is Shikamaru saying it. So he's talking to Boruto. So Boruto's saying, that's nonsense to your plan, I don't trust you, or whatever. Shikamaru says, well, listen, aren't you actually Uzumaki Boruto? What? Big plot reveal? Twist? And then Ino looks surprised, and Boruto looks surprised. And then Shikamaru says, I really can't accept this genjutsu. Why did I even say that? So when I first read this confused the heck out of me too. I had to stay looking at this for like 3 minutes just trying to assess it, as well as like the future things. But it also, there's a star here. I don't know if the star means anything. Is a star in the... Okay, the star is... Oh, actually, there's a whole thing here. That probably is an important notice.
Yeah, that they just didn't.
Okay, I'll have to try.
Oh,
here.
Oh yeah, free games and Oh yeah, free game.
That side thing.
It's like it says like, oh, when Shikamaru says this is actually what he meant the whole time. It's just like, yeah, we don't need to translate that.
I don't know, like maybe it is a really important thing. Right. Oh my god! They start it.
Oh my gosh! But when I
it's so funny that they included the star.
I know, yeah. Just not the actual like long thing that it says. So when I first read this though, I was like, wait, is Boruto saying this? Because it would make sense if Boruto can't accept this genjutsu, but like
Shikamaru.
Because he says, aren't you Uzumaki Boruto? And he's like waiting for Boruto's response. Boruto says nothing, ... So I was like, okay, so Boruto is clearly talking to this next page or whatever.
No, that's Shikamaru talking.
Saying it. Yeah. But then
I had to double check. I had to double check a few of the lines to make sure I knew who was talking.
Yeah. So Shikamaru says, why'd I even say that? So that is either in reference to what he just said here, this genjutsu thing, which could also have been inside his head, is a possible... Technically, the whole conversation's in his head, but like, you know, like a privately in his head rather than Boruto in his head conversation.
No, but it's not because of the design of the thought thing is clearly speaking of Boruto. So, he's saying it out loud, yeah, but it's either in reference to the Boruto part or the I can't accept this genjutsu part. It's one or the other. So, but I get it. You get a different implication depending on which one it's a reference to. So
yeah.
Like, because for
Because
example,
if
okay,
it's
so
about
I still, no matter how you
and
slice it, I do have a little bit of a rant about this chapter, but we'll get to one thing at a time. So, him saying, why did I even say that? Let's just start with if it's in reference to aren't you bored to Uzumaki. Well, that would seem like a typical omnipotent, essentially getting rid of your doubts type of thing. Like, oh, I noticed this weird thing. Why am I even thinking that? Don't worry about it, kind of thing. So he might be saying, are you bored to Uzumaki? Wait, why did I say that? That can't be true. But he obviously isn't, he continues to go further. So I don't know if that really makes sense given what's about to come. And now saying, I can't accept this genjutsu. Would that be, this is why I said I want to know if it's reality. I see. It doesn't make. Okay, I can't accept this. I can't accept this genjutsu. Why did I say that? Like,
Or I
this
can't.
doesn't make sense. So
I can't accept this reality. Why did I say that? Wait, what? And what do you
you know
mean?
what I mean? Like, no matter.
What are you talking about?
why did he, oh, actually, I got a question. Why did he say that?
I have no idea. That is super
wanna know
weird, bro.
Why did you say that?
Does he know he's under a
It'd be
genjutsu?
funny- It'd be funny if the left Japanese people doesn't know what they said in Japanese, so the Japanese people are typing what they think. Like, Japanese person translating this, like, why did Shikamaru even say that?
This is why I like to.
Yeah, or like,
Oh, yeah.
Or like one OP scans guy, she does a wrong translation, and then the other guy's like, why did he say that? Like, it's not their correct translation.
Oh,
Might be in reference to the star they left blank. Like, why did
Yeah,
they leave
why did
that
I-
blank?
yeah.
Like, what did he say?
Okay, you're definitely solidifying my desire to have you translate this page.
free
Well,
game.
Obviously, I don't like 5 minutes of just silence. So
Udi. I think free game wants to. Free game wants to join the.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Free game.
Yeah.
Okay, you translate. We'll keep talking while you translate. But...
Ooh, that's gonna be a long translation.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna give him more. Don't worry. We gotta
Oh.
get the side text, the next panel.
Oh my goodness.
We can.
That's a
dude,
lot of
this page
translate.
needs to be translated by someone other than OP scans.
Yeah. I
This
feel
is
you in
rough.
that. Yeah, I feel you in that one. That's just I don't know about hooey. That's just a lot to unpack when it comes to learning Japanese.
Udi, you can kind of like sound it out. Teach us as you go. Like, what are you seeing? What do it with us. Make it interactive.
Well, I figured you guys would just talk about whatever while I just do this myself, but
Well, I'm curious about the Japanese. So,
yeah, well, you look at the kanji, and if you know it, then you just like move on.
okay,
to the
well,
next
what
one.
is the kanji? Tell us what's going through your head. Like the guy, the thing that looks like a guy in the top left. Like, for example, although you don't start in that direction, you start at the top right. But the point is,
The
like
guy-
this symbol means blank. Okay, what am I?
This?
Okay, this sounds like this. Like, like go through it.
You say that like that isn't literally word for word what I just said.
Yo, can you hear me?
No, I
Yeah.
hear that. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
All right, take it from the top.
Okay, well, it's jibun de ito ite nandaka ore jishin. So there you go.
You reading Japanese?
Wait, say that
I
again.
am reading Japanese. Jibun de ito ite nanda ga ore jishin.
What is that?
He doesn't even say genjutsu. Genjutsu is a Japanese word. You would have said that word, right? If it was in there.
True.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
you didn't say genjutsu either. So he didn't say reality. Oh my god, dude, this whole chapter's wrong.
So whoever
Wait,
was
what you guys
translating,
arguing about?
we're talking about the translation for
The
what
OP scans
Shikamaru.
translation.
Yeah, the OP scans translation.
Oh, the shit that came out before the chapter dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shit that's always so wonky and barely
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what
I
Udi's
was
here
reading it
for.
on I was reading it on stream, and I'm like, that's worded weird, but okay.
Yeah,
So I get what
there's
you
a
guys
few in
saying.
particular, like this Shikamaru part. We got a couple more to do, but I really wanted to see Udi's translation of it because we agree that it just doesn't really it fully make sense. It's kind of weird to say the least. So
This
I
is
got the
interesting.
idea, but um. Nantaka or whatever the word sounded like that sounds like a very familiar word. I hear them say in anime.
Hmm.
What does that mean, Yudi? Like that word is familiar.
Well, you hear nada. You hear, or like nande is really what you usually hear, but nanda is like similar. It's basically just like what, like a what kind of, like they're questioning it. Like how could
Okay,
that
there's a
be?
lot of
Or
words for
something.
like what. Um,
And that
that I
uses like
hear.
the
I know
what
that.
kanji as well. It's usually like the end part that really like because the na makes it like past tense. If so, imagine a question and a past oh like a what in past tense.
Like, like
Huh?
what happened in the past. Or what is there like a what happened just now versus what happened in the past versus what will happen in the future? Like, are there three
I'm
different whats?
so confused. Yeah, what the hell?
Um,
It's not that there's three different whats. It's the same kanji, but then they okay. It's like if you take the word run. No, that's a bad word. If you take the not a bad word, it's a bad example. If you take the
it's a
word,
bad word. Don't
It's a
say
bad
run.
word.
okay, if you take the word shop,
Shame on you.
right? If you take the word shop, you can use it in multiple ways. You can say I went shopping. You can say I shopped. Okay, that's also a bad example because no one says I
That's like
shopped.
you
You get the
regularly
idea.
shop.
Like I shop. It's like there's multiple different ways
And
based on the ending. What's
they
it called
say
again?
and when it's past tense, is I went shopping.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I get what he's saying, but like, so what are the different whats in Japanese?
Yeah,
Well, it's not that there's different whats. It's the what itself. The word is just
yeah.
non.
I guess what he's
Which
trying to
is
say
non.
is it depends on what context is being used in.
Exactly. So like, oh well,
Mm,
what do you mean? It's the same as in English.
No, what I mean is okay. So like you have fuck what I'm they, there, and there. You know what I'm saying? They all sound the same, but they have different meanings.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Is
So
that
yeah, there's like
I'm not fluent in Japanese. I'm asking you a question. Like, is that similar?
yeah. They have nani. They have nanda. They have nande. Nande dayo. If you want to count that as a different one, that's like an extension
I
of
feel like I've
nande.
heard
I hear that
nandato.
one.
I feel like I've heard
Nandato.
nandato in.
That last
Yeah,
one, I heard
nandato is
that
like
one.
what did you say? Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I'm like, I know I've heard that. Like,
yeah, I definitely heard that
Are
one.
there any others? There could be one or two more that I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head, but yeah.
nandayo. I
Well,
think I've heard Boruto say that a
Yeah,
lot.
definitely. I think I heard Naruto
In
say it a
fact,
lot
yeah,
too.
Boruto says nandayo a lot,
A
actually.
lot, yeah.
um,
And you said
so
that means what?
is the dayo part just like a Boruto verbal tick, kind of like databayo, or is it like a different meaning versus
Well,
um
also you gotta also take into consideration that like if you want to take it into like a country named China, like not China, like a country named like what the fuck? I just said the same thing. A country like China, they have different dialect when they speak. Like in America, like you have people who speak with a country twang, and like certain words they use is different. So it could be simultaneously with Japan as well, where it's like they have like a countryside and they speak a little bit different than the city
Hmm.
Japanese people. But that's just my opinion.
yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not.
What's funny though is in the pronoun section below number 3, there's whatchamacallit.
yeah,
What's
that's
it?
what I
What's
was
his
gonna say with that. So like
Which
there's words that don't really actually exist, but you know what they mean.
I wonder if what's a
Like this
two is
word
on
doesn't
there.
exist, obviously.
What's it
What's
to?
my call?
What's it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's what I was
What's
gonna
it
get
to?
to with Databayo. So when they say it's untranslatable, what they really mean is it doesn't work in the English sentence because it is a real word. Dateba is the word. It's like after all, or because. But
But it
obviously
doesn't
he
have
just
like an
throws
English
it at the other
translation.
thing. No, it does. That is the English translation. So
Okay.
the yo says databai and then yo. Yo in this case isn't actually a part of it. It's separated. So yo is essentially literally just an exclamation mark because it's at the end of the sentence.
It's kind of like how
Mm.
Boruto is Databasa. The sa
Yeah.
is like the yo in that sense. So
Yeah, and
Databa is just like
all.
after all.
Like
Yeah, you don't. It's just like any other word, kind of. They
ki-
just thrown it at the end of the sentence.
kind of like how Kushina says databane.
Yeah,
So-
and the ne is like a question mark almost. It's like, but in that case, it's a lot more easily. That's like you know. Like in English, that makes a lot more sense that Kushina adds you know at the end of a lot of her sentences
Okay.
because that's essentially what it means. So after
So
all,
the ne, so databane is a different word than databa.
Databayo and
no,
databasa.
it's not a different word. It just changes how it is. It's like the difference between saying you know period, you know exclamation mark, and you know question mark.
But if that's the
three
I get
case,
what
have
you're
different
why
meanings.
isn't databa just you know then? Why is it after all?
It's sort of saying the same thing.
I mean, in a sense, yeah. Because for example, if I say I'm gonna become the Hokage after all, it's a little bit silly, but like that makes sense. Like if Naruto is saying after all a lot, like that, because I don't know about that. Like I'm gonna become Hokage because like that makes sense. But saying like I'm gonna be Hokage after all, that makes sense. It's kind of
Right.
like like I'm gonna be Hokage, like those make sense. Like I could understand it.
Right.
Believe It is my favorite though. Believe It is hilarious, dude. And
Yeah.
it's honestly the funniest part about Believe It is it's honestly like the most motivational one. Like
Mhm.
believe it, like it's actually motivational.
Well, shit. I'm gonna believe it then.
And I
Seem
heard some
enthusiastic.
interviews with the I heard some interviews with the voice director. Apparently the Japanese didn't like it, so they said after episode like 20, never use it again, and they never did, and it still caught on anyway.
Ah,
It must have just clicked after a
Oh,
while.
dude. I wish they kept up with Believe It, dude. Believe It was so
Bel-
much better. Like,
Yeah,
it was honestly, I didn't like, in the subs especially. I found that actually kind of annoying. Believe It though was too funny. I could never get annoyed with
oh
Believe It.
my god! I don't mean to like pivot on to a different subject, but did y'all see the dub for the Mujina? Not the Mujina Bannock, sorry. Kaguya died or Kagura died. I'm sorry.
uh,
No, I
Boruto had
haven't
that
watched
ugly
it.
crying face.
I
When he had that ugly
Oh,
crying
God.
face.
Did they do something special with that?
No, it just sounds terrible.
We gotta listen
know
to
what
it. We
episode
gotta
it is?
compare Udi. We gotta compare it to the Naruto cry when Kurama died.
Kagura died. Spoiler.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up. Do you know what episode it is off the top of your head?
Me?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can look it up for you. No, but I don't know off the top of my head. But I know it's the most recent episode, so I can
Search
get it for you.
Boruto cry face episode.
246.
246.
246. There you
Wow,
go.
that's crazy.
Wasn't
You
this
got it
the
all at
part?
the same time.
Wasn't this when Boruto bodied a bee-looking motherfucker? Body that
The
bee.
guy who looks kind of like B.
Yeah.
The glasses.
Yeah.
Is saying B looking mother effer racist?
Motherfucker. No. Body, I would say. Wait, hold on.
Dude, yeah, when is
I think this is when he had his rage moment. Right after that.
Here's where they pan up at the sky instead of animating the fight. I thought it was the first half of the episode.
oh.
Oh, it's right here. Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
Gonna do this. It's probably gonna get the screen.
Oh!
It's also a funny face. Like, this looks bad.
Screenshot it.
Bro, that's screenshot it.
Before you lose it.
Please.
In case it ever comes in handy.
Exactly.
Let's go in a jet. We got Booth God in here. Booth, what'd you think of that face? Looks like a scrunched up orange to me.
Boy, look like he about to take it.
He's just like,
Mm.
Boy,
what is he making the face about?
I'm about to roast this nigga, boy. That nigga look ugly as hell. Goofy, yeah, boy. I don't know, fake soft skate. What? Nah, I'm stop playing. I'm just
What's funny is it's just the face because the rest of the head looks perfectly fine. It's just the face.
Oh my goodness.
Haystation says that they redid the Karma Boruto fight, but it looks bad still. But apparently they redid the fight.
Which Karma? Oh wait, are you talking about this particular
I assume it's in
episode?
reference to this episode.
Oh, I thought you meant like the
said it.
final episode, because I can't because like there's I was thinking about Karma. Yeah.
I think he
Sure.
means this arc.
Yeah, this particular arc. Okay.
I don't think they really redid it. They probably just brushed it up for the DVD release. But okay, let's listen to this. I might not be sharing my screen sound. Let me unshare my screen to reshare for the sound. I don't want y'all screaming at me. I didn't hear it. There you go. Okay. Sound should be
You
on.
gotta do it. Yeah.
I ain't never seen this free game on this podcast. We be
It says
crazy.
on Hulu.
I
at least.
do be on this podcast. What you talking about?
Yeah, facts.
Ah.
Alright, let's listen to this.
Bro.
Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is.
Dude,
No,
that
listen.
was-
Oh, there it is.
Hold up. Stop laughing. Listen to how he cries though.
Dude, hold on, that whole
pretty
10
good.
seconds, even the Kawaki part, I don't know. Let's just listen to that whole thing again.
All right.
Alright.
I didn't hear it for some reason.
Yo,
Oh wait, here it is.
That's good. I don't know what you talking
Wait, hold on. Redo it again. I turned up the stream volume this time. I was able to hear it. I'm so sorry.
The Kawaki part actually had me going. Hold on, rewind it.
don't play too much, bro. You're gonna get clapped.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just-
Now play the Japanese one.
Okay.
I mean, let's see.
627. Okay. This coming from the man who just saying don't play too much.
Don't.
He's like, play more.
Oh, just to compare it. You're only playing a couple
Yeah.
seconds. You should be good.
Yeah, I'll just cut it out anyways, bro. If it's copyright.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, we are playing
Mhm.
like a 6-second segment,
Yeah.
not
Not a
You
full
know.
oh,
thing.
interestingly, it's at a different part of the episode. It's, like a
It's
couple
probably
minutes
just
later, and I
because of
wonder if
yeah, like the anime.
maybe it's because they
opening or
redid the
ending.
fight.
No,
Yeah.
25. Or go,
they
go to that.
they really added scenes with the fight.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Oh no, he cried like a bitch in both. Never mind.
I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Like,
Oh my goodness.
But the English cry was
how
just
do
so
you
much
cry
funnier.
like a
than
man?
Bro, sheds,
I think
let a single tear fall down your eye, bro.
Bro, I have
Like
not
the Native Americans.
exactly. I have not seen a single tear fall down this man's face when he was doing
I
that.
think the Japanese started better, but the American one ended better.
yeah, I would agree.
Uh,
Also, isn't he like
they both suck.
years here? He did.
I mean,
not.
it honestly though, it's more so the choice of scream cry, I think is the thing really. Um like I'm not gonna say to pull it up.
Oh,
Just for the sake of not pulling up every single anime episode of all time. But like when Aaron is crying, I'm not gonna. Have you guys all seen Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
Immortal.
I've pretty much
Okay,
only seen a
I'll
little
just be
bit of
vague.
it.
When Aaron is crying in season 2, okay, you probably know what I'm referring to. End of season 2, when he's crying, um, if I remember right, it sounded good. Like the way that they went about it just worked. In this case, it's just part of it's also just Boruto's voice. I don't know. They just went for like a scream, cry in a high pitched way. I feel like it's not that the voice acting is bad, but it's just like they chose. It's an unflattering cry. I don't know. Like it's just not a flattering sound. Like no matter how you. But
Naruto
I
would have
mean, I don't know
never.
that they. But I don't think they were necessarily trying to make it be like a beautiful cry either. So
Bro, Naruto would have
It's
never,
supposed to be
bro.
an ugly cry.
Naruto would have just got angry and turned the fuck up. I mean, Boruto did, but he wouldn't have cried, bro. He wouldn't have cried like that, at least.
I will say though, we've said this before, but like there's something about like the audio engineering, or there's something about the dub that just makes it always, not always, but like a lot of times sound just a little bit off. And I'm like, that's not the voice actors, that's just something. I don't know what they do, but it sounds slightly off-putting. I don't know though.
So here's something
You know what it may
that I
be,
found out from an
though?
interview.
Oh, sorry, hold on.
What's up?
Do you know what it may be though? Because
got it.
we're kind of used to Japanese voices.
Well,
It's like Dragon Ball
I
Z. Like we grew up, like most people grew up on the English dub, and when they started listening to the sub, they couldn't really get hip to Goku voice because his voice was high pitched. And then
okay,
over
so
time, people got used to it.
I thought that, but here's the thing. So I was used to the Naruto dubbed. Then I watched the subs for a lot of Shippuden because that was what was out. So I got used to both. Um, with Boruto, I did get used to the subbed initially, not the dub. But the thing is, the same characters, like Shikamaru Boruto dub, um, is the same guy as Shikamaru in Naruto dub, the Shippuden dub, and it's like the same voice, but like at the same time, something about, say with Naruto and so on, something about it just sounds off. And I don't think it's that the voice actors like forgot how to do their voice. It's something different, and I don't know what it is exactly. But I've always kind of felt that, even with the same voices I'm used to.
It could be them trying to age up the voice from a teenager to an adult. So they're trying to
But
change the
I
voice.
don't think it's not that though, because the voice honestly sounds identical.
I don't know. A lot of people say they didn't do that for Naruto when they should have. Naruto still sounds like a kid.
Naruto, yeah, he sounds the same. But that's not my
Boruto
not my
sound like my
complaint.
4-year-old son when he was crying.
Crazy.
I
I
wanna
will
get
say
that.
back in the
I want to
day.
get that boy a hug.
That's hilarious. So the voice actors, whenever they get a new voice actor, and this includes for like the beginning of the show, it takes a couple episodes for them to find their voice. They have to like find their
True.
way. Like with
True.
both Boruto and Naruto, the first like 20 episodes are wildly inconsistent compared to the rest of the show because the voice actors just aren't used to doing these characters yet. Which makes
Yeah.
Yeah,
sense.
they had a
Yeah, that makes sense.
age Naruto, and it's the same voice actor. So yeah, I hear what you're saying.
But especially back in
Yeah.
the day, they just took whoever was available at the time. Like, oh, you're in the studio. All right, you come here. You're Kiba now. Congratulations. That's it is.
I wish I was in that
Oh,
office. I would have wanted to
For
be
sure.
Kiba.
Those people, though, looking at from the voice actor's perspective, it's like, all right, I'm gonna be Kiba on floor 3, and then I'm gonna go home. Oh no, okay, well I guess I'm Gohan and Dragon Ball on floor 8 now before I go. And they'll just like get these random different roles and just go back and forth all over the day between lunch or whatever, just because they're around. It's like back in the day, it was crazy.
Did you get that from the
Yeah.
from the voice actor that came on the pod?
Not on the pod. It was just from an interview I was watching a few weeks ago. But also this is crazy.
Oh.
This is a more specific thing. So
I'm
you
gonna
know
get him
how
in March.
Obito's
I'm gonna
voice
ask that.
Yeah. You might want to talk about this too because this is funny. He's a really kind, down to earth guy.
I
think you watched
saw a
the
little
podcast.
bit
He
of
really
it.
takes it.
Yeah, I watched a
Yeah.
little bit of it. He seems really cool. I didn't know he was that old though. Are you streaming right now?
Yeah, I am.
Oh shit.
It's fine.
You're good. You talking about
I can cut
Michael?
stuff out if I need to as well. Yeah.
Oh,
But
shit,
okay,
he
you
was
spec-
pretty cool.
That's
specifically
not that's not a slight to him, bro. Old age is a blessing. So, and he had an
I
amazing
don't think he's
career.
gonna
So
watch this and be offended. Don't worry, you're good.
old age is.
He's watching
I-
live right now. I can't believe he said that.
Ikimoto's watching live. Ikimoto's like, what? How dare they forget my little star word thing on the side? Like, remember, oh yeah, free game. Did you know Ikimoto confirmed watches the podcast because we talked about the Walky shoe on a manga cover.
Wait,
and then,
you're laughing. I can't hear
2 days
you.
later,
Hold on, I
Ikimoto
can't hear you.
fixed it.
Wait,
Ikimoto
say that
clearly
again.
watched. So we
Say
were
that again,
talking
'cause you
about
was
like
laughing. I can't hear you.
we were talking about Kawaki's shoe or like this thing on it on the OP Scans manga cover. It was just a picture of the manga cover from the book itself, and then Ikimoto fixed it for the official release like 2 days later. And the only explanation is he watched the podcast.
Man, it was probably a whole bunch of people complaining about that.
Nah,
You
he
know
got it
people
from
nitpicking.
us.
Yeah, he definitely watched the podcast.
But
you know how
back to
how
Michael.
fire that would be if we can get Ikimoto on one of our podcasts.
Yeah, we don't
Bro,
understand
that
each other. We're just like Ikimoto. Put up
Oh,
some
yeah,
pictures to express her thoughts right now.
Or nah, we can get a translator though. I'll pay for a
Yeah.
translator.
Yeah, Udi.
I'm right here. Yeah, pay for me.
But are you fluent though? Like I don't.
I'm certified.
Are you fluent though? Like if he says something
He
right
is
then
a
and there-
certified translator.
Well, what I'm saying is
I'm legally capable of working some jobs in Japan with my certificate.
okay. All right.
So there you go.
I like how he didn't answer the
I'm not
question.
gonna say all
No,
jobs.
he just
You was reading kanji, so I mean, I won't put it past you. And kanji hard as fuck to read, so
Oh
I
my
give it to
god,
you.
it's crazy.
I tried to learn it on Duolingo because I was trying to learn Japanese, and I quit.
Duolingo's pretty bad. I would recommend a different one,
Which one?
but most of them are paid. There's a lot of different ones you could try. Wanikani is pretty basic as well. But it's decent for like the free version. There's a shark one, like Native Shark, I think is the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
What I would really recommend is you can download the app for this. The Learn Japanese Pod. It has a podcast, but it has an app. A lot of it doesn't sugarcoat stuff. It just gets straight into like the complex stuff that like you would actually use in real life in Japan.
Right.
Yeah, and it's teaching like the
'Cause-
full sentences like in Japanese, like full
Yeah,
Japanese.
yeah. Because in Duolingo, they'll teach you like you was a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
But I
And
like that though
Duolingo-
because I don't know anything, so I'm going in with a blank slate. So I ain't never have a problem with it. But I quit.
I mean, that's true, but again, Duolingo's really, really slow. Like, you'll do the same exercises 100 times before it introduces like one new word.
Yeah, I kind
was
of just want to
doing-
get into it because, like, honestly, though, like, this is true, but like, the quickest way to like learn a language is to just be enveloped in it. Like,
Mhm.
you want to learn Japanese? Go live in Japan for a couple months. You'll learn
Yeah.
it faster. Like,
Everybody ain't got the means to do that though.
I know, but like the point though is like just getting into it. Like obviously there's a certain extent to where you don't want to go just read a book in all Japanese before you know any Japanese. You need to be like taught the stuff, but like yeah.
Okay.
I would rather just get into it a decent amount, like move a little bit quicker than do a million exercises of stage 1.
Yeah, true. But I just wanted
This
to
is
learn the foundation. Like, if you learn English, you can't just jump into the hard stuff. You got to learn the foundations. You got to learn like the
Yeah,
basics
dude,
of
I don't
things.
know what that's like anymore. Okay, like we're 24 years deep in that. Like, I don't remember what learning English was like.
Oh, you're not native. I mean, not native. If you English wasn't your first language.
Yeah, English is my first language, so I don't
Oh,
I
what
don't
the
remember.
hell?
It's like the but anyway, I just want to learn Japanese so I can translate freaking spoilers. Not gonna lie,
Me
and
too.
so I can go to the
I just want
Raws and
to learn Japanese so I can speak to Japanese women.
I just want it for Naruto purposes, like for anime purposes, like. But it is kind of fun. Every time I see something I reckon it would be cool to like listen to the Japanese sub and be like, I knew what that meant without the subtitles. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly. Like,
Udi
you
feels
can-
that way sometimes.
Yeah, like you can actually walk away when you're watching a sub, whereas I have to sit there and read and shit like that. So Udi, he can walk away and still know what's going on and don't have to rewind.
yeah. Well, I mean, I probably would anyway, just to see what's happening if it's something
Exactly.
crazy.
Like I want to see it too, but anyway, though,
I would say with
we really
all
got
languages, though, not Japanese, but like all languages, there's obviously some words they use more than others. So if you learn like the most used 50 or 100 or 200 words in any language, you'll know like half the language or like half the used
That's
language.
true.
I could.
Because I know
So I would
Portuguese.
say
I don't know. I'm not fully fluent in it, but like I know at least like 50% or at least 60% of Portuguese, and I can like hold a conversation sometimes. But I can definitely understand what people are saying when they're talking. That's why I can understand a little bit of Spanish because it's like similar.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
And then you can
spoken
also like learn
Spanish
the
in
root.
like 5 years, so unfortunately I've lost a lot of what I learned, but I used to be pretty fluent.
Yeah. So if you just learn like the most 100 used words or even most 100 used kanji, that'd be very helpful. Or even if you just learn like the alphabets, you could theoretically just look up any word. Because the kanji even have
True.
the furigana, which is the alphabet above it. And so that's just like 26 letters for hiragana and like 26 for katakana. It might not be 26, but it's around there. So you just learn that. That takes you, I'd give 2 weeks per thing. So you could like technically know all of Japanese, quote unquote, in like a month if you really wanted to, just by knowing the alphabet.
Yeah, the
you gotta
problem
look up.
though is I would need to know kanji, at least for my purposes, with like panels. I would need to know
You would
the
if they don't include
kanji.
the furigana.
And it looks like one kanji could mean like more than one word too. That's what throws me off.
does.
Like it's not like English. Like if you could just have a word, like if I spell out like online, you know what I'm saying? You know what that is. And kanji, it could be like a kanji symbol, and that kanji symbol can mean like 5 different words in English, 5, 6 different words in English. You know what I mean?
That's
I mean,
crazy. We were
does the
just talking about that before you joined, yeah.
does the Ja- like you know, you look at the Boruto spoilers, for example, what's in the Raws, like do they usually include the hiragana too, or do they only sometimes do it?
I don't look at the raws usually because I don't have it, but usually with not just the Boruto spoilers, but with anything, they'll usually include the furigana just because for that very reason, because it could mean different words. And so with the context, you can usually tell without the furigana, but it's just like just to make sure usually. So sometimes
But it
they'll
seems like
include
they're
it on-
using it selectively. Not all of them have one. So is it just when it could be up in the air, basically?
Well, it's on the kanji, not on the hiragana, because the hiragana is just the letter itself. And so you don't need the letters next to the letter to tell you what letter it is, because it's just a letter.
Okay, so those are just hiragana letters. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what these are.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
these, yeah.
So
what
hypothetically,
you're
I
saying
could
is
just
that
learn
no,
the
they-
hiragana, and I'd be able to get a decent amount working as far as like reading, you know, Japanese
The hiragana
writing.
and the katakana, you would need both, but yes. The hiragana is more important in my opinion, because katakana is more like borrowed words anyways. So the katakana are basically just words that sound like American words anyways. Like America in Japanese is pronounced America, and it's just spelled with katakana, so it's more easy.
But yeah, okay, interesting. Because then I could like at least like honestly to some extent it's like I just want to like see what the hell like this actually says. I don't trust OP Scan. I mean I could ask you, but like sometimes you're busy, so.
But what you're saying also does apply, especially for like data books as well, is sometimes they do use it selectively. So they would usually use it only when the context would be required, so there's not a misunderstanding. But if the context is obvious, then they wouldn't include it. Sometimes if they're using it selectively. So in that case, you would need to know what the kanji means, obviously.
Yeah.
But in that case, it also wouldn't be a complex kanji in the first place. So if it's like the 100 most used kanjis anyways, yeah, it's likely they wouldn't use it if they're using it selectively.
Well, it makes me a little bit more hopeful. If I can learn hiragana first, I might be able to get somewhere.
There you go.
Anyway,
but
though,
I did translate this right part at the very least.
I'm sure you got distracted a decent amount there, but
yeah, so it's you got jibun de itoite nani daga ore jishin. So what this is saying is, just to break it down, so you have jibun, this is like oneself, de is a particle, but it's like about oneself is how it's being used here essentially. So like
yeah, I noticed you say that a lot. Like it's about this or like about blank. Like I think that's just how they talk. Like anyway,
the way they talk, their sentence structure is almost the exact opposite of it is in English. So imagine I'm just speaking English backwards is what Japanese is.
That's kind of like Spanish. That's kind of like Spanish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Spanish is a little bit different. It'd be like the car red instead of the red car.
Yeah.
But
it's still backwards.
But it's not like this thing about the car. It is red. That's not how we would say it. The car is red. Is how we would just say it.
But free game, your mic's a little bit messed up. I think it's like in the background noise.
Man, did my shit unplug it? Hold
on. So essentially, I'm telling you what it means directly, and then I'll go ahead.
Yeah, no, then you'll give me the actual translate. I like it when you do that though, because it helps me get slightly closer to learning.
Is that better?
I don't hear as much background noise, so.
There's not as much. There's still a little bit, but like it's fine.
Background noise? It's nothing. Hold on, maybe it's my fan or my table. Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah, it sounds better now.
Yeah, it was my table rumbling.
You're also a little bit loud now, so I'm just gonna turn it down on my end.
Yeah.
No, I got closer to the mic. I was just I can back up. Cause y'all said it.
Oh, you good? Okay.
I thought y'all couldn't hear me. That's why.
I'll turn you back up.
Anyway,
is that better?
Yeah, you're good.
Alright, cool.
Okay. So this is saying jibun de, so that's like about oneself in this case. Itoite. So te, it ends here. Te is like a command almost, but like not like a command, like it's like telling to do something essentially. So in this case, the kanji is say, and to is like with or quoting or whatever. So like about oneself, I say is essentially what's happening.
About oneself. Okay. The oneself would be himself, though. But
yeah.
Anyway, continue.
So then you got nani daga. So nani is like what, and then daga is like
what?
Kind of past tense. It is kind of. So really, what this is? Well, I guess I'll get that out. And then dot dot dot. So and then ore is another word for I. It's like I, like oneself, like myself. And then jishin is also another word for myself.
Wow.
So about oneself, I say what past tense? Myself, I, I myself.
Okay.
Wait, I'm lost. What context is he speaking in?
Oh right, so this is for free game. This is this scan right here, which is I really can't accept this genjutsu. Is what he says in this.
But you're saying
So,
he's
but
really
that's
saying
not what
something different.
Yeah, okay, so how
Kind
would you translate this, Udi?
So this is weird in Japanese, so I don't know the best way to translate this, but it's kind of saying something like, if I were to say it myself, dot dot dot, it would be me.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Maybe there's context in the
Is
previous line.
are you translating what
Aren't you
Shikamaru said in
Uzumaki?
Raw?
We might need
Okay,
we
okay.
might need we might need the
So
one
me, so
before and
okay.
after.
So I was wrong. Instead of me, it's himself. So if I were to say it myself, it would be himself. Himself referring to Boruto. So he's saying so essentially, if I had to guess, I would say you are the person I just referenced, which in this case, Uzumaki Boruto. So he's saying, if I were to guess, you're Boruto.
Mm.
Okay.
That's really different
That's-
from what he's saying here.
Yeah, because if anything, he is accepting the genjutsu idea.
Mhm.
Okay, now let's get to the next one though. The left one. Does he say, why did I even say that?
Probably not, but in fact, there's no question mark here at all. So, in fact, there's a quotation mark. So, so again,
He's
so
quoting.
this-
He's quoting himself. Why did I say that?
Okay, but it's Mara Kono, and these are quotes. Kasets, or kasetsu, o, uke, ire, kire, kirezu, ni, iru. There you go. Pretty easy.
What does that mean?
You're saying pretty
So-
easy, like you know what you're saying.
So some of these kanji, like this one right here, I don't know, kasetsu. So let's see what he's quoting specifically. So kasetsu, this is a hypothesis. Okay.
Look,
What does it
that's
say here?
interesting though. Wait, hold on. That's interesting because the one below is that's a crazy hypothesis. And the next page. Did they just put them in the wrong spots?
I doubt it, but we could do that one after. In fact,
I do honestly. I think we're gonna have to do this whole page. Like, if you're willing to, I
No,
want
it's
it.
the same. It's the same kanji because you can see these two look the same as.
So he
these
just
two,
says
so
it
it's-
twice. Okay, he says hypothesis. So he probably says like that's my hypothesis, and then he says that's a crazy hypothesis.
And
Anyway,
also too, you gotta also remember that like when they're translated into English, it's not gonna be word for word.
Yeah,
I don't think the OP Scans translators are native English speakers. I don't.
No.
Because they don't write normal English. It's like they're a third language here. They're just doing
Mhm.
English because they know it's popular demand.
Hmm.
But anyway, Udi, continue the translation. Besides hypothesis.
Please do.
Please continue.
Okay. So let me go back to. Okay, so Mara Kono hypothesis. Okay, so this is like, but this or still. It's like still dot 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 this hypothesis quote unquote. O is like an object marker, so it's saying hypothesis is the thing he's talking about.
okay.
So it's like, but this hypothesis. Okay, this is accept. This is ire, kirezu. This is the kanji for enter, but it's being used in a different way because usually that'd be hi rather than e. So let's see what this kanji means in this case. So ire, ire. That might just be what it is. Ire, kize. Oh. Kizu, I mean, not Ze. Kizu. Okay, leave that off. Okay, maybe not. Okay, it's this one probably. Okay, it is too. Okay, so it's probably just this one then. Maybe? I'm not sure which it is. It's gonna be one of these to turn on.
Let's
to
just
send.
consider both to see what it would make for a sentence.
Yeah, say that. Accept. This is probably like an adjective. So okay, ni iru. So
All right. Oh my goodness. I'm on mute, ain't I? Okay. I'm gonna end the stream right here. Probably around the 2 hour mark.
Boruto Uzumaki. If I had to say so, I would say yes, but I still haven't fully accepted this hypothesis. That makes way more sense than what I'm reading.
way different.
Like that makes sense for him to say. That being said, though, if you're okay with that, I do kind of want to see like the next 3 panels.
I was just
Maybe not
thinking
necessarily the
star.
crazy hypothesis one, but the next 2 Shikamaru ones, particularly this one on the right for now. But we'll go in order. But
This one?
like the next one,
the
last one, I can like fully see what. But I just kind of want to see the whole page at this point.
I think what the explanation of this is finally here would be interesting to do. Or we can reach a point of coherence. I wonder what he's saying here instead of coherence.
Yeah, like so I kind of just want to see the whole page because I feel like, but yeah.
Interesting. Okay, is there anyone you want to see first? Because I kind of want to do the star.
Oh yeah, do the star first, yeah, because we don't even have anything to go with there. I don't really care the order too much. I just kind of want to get to everything.
This could be saying like in the next page or next chapter or something. I don't think it's be next. I think this would be next page because it's like this is like ate saki. Is this like an after thing or like before? Like it's saying the next thing and it's like 101 to 880. I don't know what any of this is, but and then this is clearly just like IP serialization nonsense here. But this above stuff is more interesting because especially where it ends with the exclamation marks and the FL. It's funny. I wonder what FL means in this case. I don't know. Here, it might be here because in Japanese, SF is actually, and I mean like actually, like they use the English letters SF. It means science fiction, and they will say SF in Japanese. So like, eiga o SF mimasu. That's like saying I watch a science fiction movie, but they will say SF, and they will literally use SF.
Fictional literature for FL.
Let's see. I don't think this is one. I just forward looking.
Florida, the state.
You know what? I think it's the Bell XFL Air Bonita. I don't know.
Wait. The Bell XFL Arabonito
Was a United States, is what that says. What does that mean?
We're gonna do it like this. Because this is a lot of kanji, and I just want this by itself, and then I want a version with the hiragana as well, just to have both. And you guys talk while I translate.
All right. Uh,
So I mean, what did you guys start with before I joined?
Oh.
um,
Okay. Oh, free game. We got free game the questions. Free game. You wanna answer some questions?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so free game. Who gave Boruto a haircut?
Wait, what? Sorry. Ask me that question one more time. My bad.
Who gave Boruto a haircut?
Uh, the barber. Duh.
But who was the barber?
Who was the
So
barber?
you're canonically confirming barbers exist within the Boruto universe. That's interesting.
Of course. He went to the local black guy in the neighborhood, bro, and got himself a haircut.
If you had to pick one person that already exists in the Naruto-verse to be the barber, who would you choose? I already gave my answer, and that sparked a conversation which Udi agreed with. But who would you pick?
The ramen guy. No, no, seriously.
Oh! He said it too!
ooh,
Really?
Yeah, okay.
Ramen
There's a reason for it,
No.
clearly. Because I said it, and then Udi was like, you know, I have to admit, if I had to pick one guy in the entire Naruto-verse to be a barber, I would have picked the ramen guy. And you said him too. That's crazy.
Oh man.
What brought you to the ramen
By
guy?
the way, the star doesn't say anything of importance. It's just saying Masashi Kishimoto Sensei and then Ikimoto Mikio Sensei. And then FL.
We're going to
Whatever
Florida.
It has knee, which is the movement particle as well, so it would be that, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, maybe that's why they just didn't translate it.
Okay. Free game. At what point did Boruto learn Purple Lightning?
At what point did he learn purple lightning?
Yes.
Mm-mm. I think that he learned it around the time that he start. You know what? No, he learned it from Sasuke actually, because that's how he left the battlefield. When Sasuke got turned into the tree grime, that's how he left. He used Flying Thunder God. So I'm assuming Sasuke.
We don't know if he used Flying Thunder God there.
There's
I
also
believe so. I believe that's what he used.
I don't know
He
if this
just cut away. He could have just run away. Technically, actually,
Kashin Koji
nah, I
could
don't
have
think
probably
he
taught
did,
him.
because if he did, Code would have already known Boruto had teleportation, and he also said like you ran away from me. If you want to take that literally, then he didn't teleport away. But if he did teleport away, then Code wouldn't be surprised that Boruto could teleport.
True.
That being said, though, he asked about Purple Lightning, not Flying Raijin.
I would say it would be Kashin Koji who probably would have taught him that. Not saying that Sasuke
What,
wouldn't.
Flying Raijin?
Well, Purple Lightning, because I don't know if this is true or not, because the anime and the manga are just two separate continuities. So there could be a chance that, you know, maybe Kashin Koji went down to that library that Kakashi had, you know, intercepted him in.
Yeah.
And stole a few scrolls. Maybe Kashin Koji may have picked up a few tricks during his time before he trained Boruto. Who knows? Maybe Kakashi could have probably have made a very important role as well. I'm not saying that he did, because we haven't seen him in action like for a long time in the Boruto manga. So they said they were saving him.
Exists
Yeah,
in the Boruto manga.
yeah, he does. He exists, but it's just like he hasn't made his appearance yet. We know he still
I don't think
exists.
he's been spoken about or drawn
At
in the
all.
Boruto manga.
Yeah, it's weird.
At all.
He says well, I don't know if this is during an interview. They did say that that Kakashi will make
Oh, dude, that got
Yeah.
scrapped, dude. When Kadachi got kicked off, any chance of that went away, clearly. He
Mm.
wasn't made Okage over the time skip. It didn't happen. It's not happening.
Damn. I was
There's
kind of
no
hoping.
way.
Yeah, I was kind of
This-
hoping that would
The
be the case.
big moment for Kakashi's coming soon, huh?
Well, when did that
Really?
happen? Like,
Honestly,
Really?
I
What are you
think that would
talking
just be
about, bro? He
reference
fought
to the
Kashin
anime.
Koji.
he fought Kashin Koji in the anime, but
Exactly.
not
Yeah,
in
but
the
it was
manga.
a
What
manga
it was.
thing. It was a manga thing, though.
Yeah,
I don't think he was. I think they're just working alongside the anime.
it's just the
I mean,
anime.
maybe.
The
But even
yeah.
then, though, is that really a big hype Kakashi thing? No.
Bro,
It is
but you
when
also
you're
gotta
at some
take into
panel.
consideration that
Market.
Kishimoto or whoever was spearheading the Boruto anime at the time said that it was like something big on having something like that, or like the time skip was coming soon and we got the time skip 5 years later. So always take that in consideration when they mention shit like that. So it might happen, it just might not happen in the time period that you're expecting or would
Yeah, but
like for it to
I
happen.
mean, I don't
Plus,
know.
Kamui, it clearly is a big deal considering we're talking about it 5 years later. There
Pretty-
you go.
I think
Exactly.
so.
I don't remember what the exact quote was, but Udi, what was your answer to the purple lightning thing?
It depends on the continuity, because I agree in the novels he learned it early on. In the manga,
Oh,
that's
he
more
did.
manga
You're right.
was interested. In the anime, I don't think he has learned it yet because he just used it. He cheated to use it, so I don't think he would want to learn it. At least not.
Yeah,
after
it's just
the
I
hour, because
thought
that's
I
insect
thought he had
technology.
used it in the anime at some point, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. But well, in the manga, he
The manga is most
canonically
interesting.
in
I think it's
manga
over the time skip.
he technically already had it. Like the Boru card, that's basically the Boruto data book. Essentially, it's the little ending things at the end of the chapters. They're in the chapters. It says he has it, so he's
I
had it.
agree.
He probably just improved it with Sasuke. There's no reason, like, if he takes Purple Lightning, there's no reason Sasuke can't teach him how to put him in his sword. Like, so he probably helped him make it better, but he already had the jutsu.
I agree, but that's not fun. So I'm excluding that.
So we have potential candidates. We got Kashin Koji, Kakashi, and Sasuke, including. Well, I think that's just about it.
Why would Kakashi do it if
He
his
hasn't.
memory
Well,
is being
Kakashi
altered?
could have been the one who taught him it to begin with in the freaking Borukara cards.
I mean, it's possible because how did Boruto meet up with Kashin Koji? It's still a question I have. How did he meet up with him? Like, did Kashin
that's a
Koji?
relevant question.
Yeah, did he meet Kashin Koji at some given point? Did Kashin Koji save him from Code? Stuff like that. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that Kakashi could have made his appearance off screen at some given point. I don't really know, but it's just the possibilities are open.
Yeah, true.
Speaking of
Hey.
Kashin Koji, do you think his right arm is still broken?
Nah.
Bro, his whole body was crashing. He seems cool.
I think Sage. I think being
What if he's got crutches inside those that
You
cloak?
stupid.
Yeah.
That we just can't see.
Well, then I need a
He's
mic
healed because
guy.
he's gonna get a fight.
I need a,
They wouldn't bring him back without fighting.
I need a mic guy versus Kashin Koji fight then, since they both crippled.
Whether
My guy's the
One that
ultimate
doesn't have the
cripple.
lore. Oh, was you comparing any more of the or you want to translate more of the raw scans and compare it
Yeah,
to the
he's still
open?
doing it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm actually done. But
I thought
yeah,
that
was
cool.
when y'all finish the thing.
I wanted you to keep going.
Yeah, I wanted you to keep going. What's like
No, I
what's-
meant
Yeah,
like I
just this
translated
page.
this. No, I meant
Oh,
like
okay.
I'm done translating this new thing that I haven't got to yet.
okay. I thought you said
Yeah,
you
we
were
both
done
thought you meant
translating.
oh fuck it, I'm done. Oh, that makes me
Okay.
feel much better. Thank
All right,
you.
so
So,
what?
this is,
Let's get to the. You said, all right. Let's go to the next panel.
So this is Amado no Hanashi o. So this is Amado, obviously. No is like a possession thing, so it's like Amado's. It's like it's an apostrophe s, like Amado's Hanashi. Hanashi is story. And then O is the
Yeah.
object marker. So like the story is the thing that they're talking about. So
Mhm.
about Amado's story, Kiku is to listen, Mare is until, and Wa is about. So like
Okay,
So-
until I had heard Amato's story, that's basically what the thing said.
yeah, until I heard about Amado's story. And this is like again because Japanese backwards. So this is like the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
So that's
So
accurate.
yeah, this is accurate. So this whole thing's accurate. So you got kangai moshina kata, koto da. So koto is like again, it means thing. It's another one of those like filler words they add at the end, like des. And then da again, it's like kind of past tense. And then kangai answer. And the rest of this is just also a conjugation for like past tense. So it's saying the second part is like heard about the thing, the reference in the first half. So
Mhm.
so in total, it's like this is something I had never thought about until I heard about Amado's story.
Okay, yeah, which is accurate. Okay,
And
now
then
you
the
can do
bottom
that
one.
last panel.
Yeah, so
Oh, sorry, there's another one.
So Jibun is oneself, and then again, no is like possessive. So like it'd be the next thing. So like it changes oneself into my because it's possessive. So my kyoku, which is memories, ga is another particle. I'll just skip over the meaning. Nisemono is like, and then kamo, it's probably. And then you got she with this kanji is shirene, which is like no. She is like no. The shira kanji. Then you have this down here, just the letter E randomly. I don't know if this is supposed to be something. But then nantene, which is like about that, or like how about that? Like nantene, that's something they say in Japanese a lot. So I don't know
hear
what
them
this
say that a
E
lot. Yeah,
exactly. I don't know
non-tenant.
what this E is doing here. I don't know if there's because I was looking here. There's no E here.
I mean, there's
So-
an E and B.
But yeah, there's just a random E here. So it's like okay, so my memories are is how you can translate ga. So my memories are fake and then comma probably and then no shita probably. So again, it's very accurate at this. The possibility that my own memories could be faked. It just change one of the probablys to could, and there you go.
Okay. So yeah, that panel was accurate. That was the point.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay.
I don't think the rest of this is going to be inaccurate. Like I
No,
don't think I
I
need to
mean
do
more
this
so
one as
just
risk
interested
list.
what the original word was for the point of full coherence. Yeah, it's really that top panel that was just bad,
Yeah.
which is the one I mostly want to see, but still.
And I don't know really coherence as the word in English either. So I mean I do, but like cuz it's coherent, right? Is what they're really meaning. The idea
Well,
of
no,
the word.
it's just we can reach a point of. I mean, I know exactly what he's saying. Is that everything will make sense?
Exactly.
A point when you say like a point of full. I mean,
Let me just look up what the technical definitions is. But like, yeah, a logical connection or consistency. So it's a point of full coherence. It's a point of consistency. Like it's everything will be consistent.
George in chat. What's up, George? Get to your comment just a second.
Huh?
I was talking to George in chat.
Oh, sorry, but you said so much quieter.
No, I didn't.
Well, it sounded quiet on my end.
I'm sorry.
All right. Anyway,
So this is all, and then the particle no. Tsuji, Tsuma. Am I gonna have to? Here, I'm just gonna switch to Japanese so it works. Sometimes it does that.
Boy, you don't know Japanese. You gotta Google it.
This is a dictionary. You're right. I don't know the word Suji Suma. Let's see what word it is. You can take it back. See what word I don't know.
Dang.
Why did it switch to English? Because I switched tabs. There we go. Okay, so this word. Oh wow, what do you know? It's not even in the dictionary. You can take it back now. You're right. I don't know a word that doesn't exist. But sometimes they do use native words that literally just aren't in the dictionary. Because like it's like old, like
Or
Shakespearean
maybe
English
you
isn't.
spelled it wrong.
Freaking Kishimoto Shakespeare now. He's using Japanese words from like the 1300s.
I did not. Unless I did. Okay, I did. Coherence. There you go. Consistency.
Yeah, okay, so I mean that's exactly what we just said.
Oh, so you spelled it wrong. Like I said.
Shut up. You spelled it wrong. Okay. And then this is like to meet. So yeah, so like it all fits together is essentially what it's saying.
What's crazy though is so like this makes me think that the guys who did like this panel is a different guy who did that top panel. There's no way it's the same person.
Nah, it is.
Like the same person. No, there's got to be multiple people working on it, and there's like that one dude who makes all the bad translations, and then there's another guy who makes the good ones. Like
Shinku Tutsu guy.
Oh, I thought you meant the art. My bad.
Oh no, yeah, no, like the translator, because like see those two panels made sense, but the other one's just so wrong.
George, that is quite the comment. Okay, is there any other translation things, or can we get into actual topics that I want to talk about the jobs?
Probably,
Yeah, let's get into some actual
I
topics.
mostly want to see that Shikamaru part. So.
Yeah, I feel like we just spent like in what a whole 2 hours or so trying to trying to translate and just decode everything that they're saying in the OP scans translation.
I didn't even get paid for that.
Yeah.
I'm streaming on my channel too, and it's only been 16 minutes. So.
Oh man.
Oh, well,
there you go.
All right, so Sarada and Sumire, are they hypocrites because they're relying on their own memory? The whole world says they're wrong, but they're like, nuh-uh, the whole world is wrong. We couldn't possibly be wrong. They're doing the same thing that they're calling everyone else out for.
But they know the truth, though.
They know the truth.
Hypocritical?
But Shikamaru thinks it's the truth. The whole world thinks it's the truth. What makes their truth better than their truth?
So,
the truth is based in reality, and their truth is based on altered memories.
If here's it's
okay, so yeah, because technically, as far as Shikamaru is concerned, everything was true before, based off his memory. So the thing though for Sarada and Sumire is they I mean, yeah, like hypothetically, they could have been under a Genjutsu out of nowhere. But they got confirmation from Ada, who said what she did. And they got confirmation indirectly from Boruto and Momoshiki, who said what Ada did, and she agreed about it. They also have the data points of evidence, like, for example, Kawaki has the Amato's commerce seal and Ninja Tech body when he shouldn't. Boruto's in the photos that Kawaki should be in someone. So their memories just make a lot more sense than the memories of everyone else. So it does seem that they're also immune to Ada love charm.
One thing
so being immune to Ada again makes sense. So it makes more sense for theirs to be accurate.
One more thing too. Do you think that because all she did was flip the memories of Boruto and Kawaki. So do you think she flipped the memories of Shikamaru knowing that Sumire and Sarada are immune to her ability?
No, I think this.
She doesn't even know. She didn't even know beforehand. Like she definitely suspects them now. but like she didn't know before.
No. I
She
mean,
might
But
have
it's-
always had a
I'm-
feeling, but
I mean,
But-
Shikamaru though, like Shikamaru always knew, and he told him to keep quiet about it and just like go about the mission or whatever.
I don't think
I
he.
Yeah,
think the
he
mission
still
is still going
knows.
on because Mitsuki said the mission's still going on in the latest chapter as well.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's why they're still in that
So
apartment.
nothing's
And that
changed.
actually answers why Mitsuki wasn't
Exactly,
there.
the
in
chapter
Codename
one
Agent.
thing.
He was watching
Yeah.
over Ada and Damon. He was doing his mission.
Yeah. Which is funny because his mission's also to watch over Kawaki, which he wasn't doing.
But
exactly. But
I don't think you guys are like, maybe I'm just slow right now, but because it's late. But what I'm asking is, shouldn't Shikamaru's memories of Sarada and Sumire still be intact? Because the only thing that was
Yes.
altered is Boruto and Kawaki being switched, like their roles being switched. Other than that,
Right, so-
nothing really changed.
I think it is intact.
Shikamaru should still know that Sarda and Samurai are immune to Ada. If he doesn't, that's like a new thing.
The thing is,
yeah,
with
that's what I'm saying. So all
So-
Sarda had to do is explain that Ada did.
Well,
something.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's one of my topics.
That's your
Well,
podcast.
No, fuck you. Let's just do it now. All Sarda
No, it's your
apparently had to
podcast, bro.
do was literally just say, "Hey, your memories were altered. Remember how I'm immune to Ada's love charm? Well, guess what? She used another ability. It's Sarda and Samurai me and her are the only ones immune. Your memories were altered. That's why Boruto's in this photo 11 years ago, not Kawaki and so on." And Shikamaru would be like, "Oh, now that he's heard the word memory altering, he'll figure it out, apparently."
But one thing that Sarda would have to do is they'll have to do it like through Ino or something like that. Because
Yes, he would have to do. They
Ada-
would have to do the Eno thing so that Ada doesn't hear it. But
exactly.
but they can just ask her, "Hey, can you hook me up this?" She can literally just be like, "Can you hook me up to Shikamaru? I don't want Ada to hear this. It's relating to our mission." And then
Right.
she'll do
Exactly.
it.
I don't know if Ino would go along with that though, because she didn't want to do it with Shikamaru. The only reason she did it with Shikamaru is because he was Hokage.
Well, Shikamaru asked it to be off record from the like. So Sarada doesn't
that's
have to
against the rules.
necessarily make it off record. She just needs to make it so that Ada doesn't hear it. Because the only reason she needs to do that is
like
because
Kid Kakashi. She doesn't realize that those who abandon their friends are worse than scum. She's just being normal scum. 'Cause
what?
she's prioritizing the rules.
Well, she
She's
chose
like, I
her
don't
friend
wanna
over
do
the
that.
she chose her friend over the mission though in the end. So
Technically, she chose her leader of the village.
no,
the
I think Ino did that because it was Shikamaru, not because he was Hokage.
Okay.
Hmm.
But in that case, does
But,
Ino
either
even have
way,
that
the
relationship
point
with
is,
Sarada?
Sarada and Samurai just don't want Ada to hear because they would have to say, "I'm immune to Ada," which they obviously don't want.
That's
to
his
do.
wife too at that, right? So like,
Who?
is it?
What?
Oh no, Ino's married to Sai. My
Yeah.
bad.
Oh, Shikamaru has another wife. Oh damn.
Hey, bro,
No,
Hey,
that was an interesting
Shikamaru has
Hey,
another
hey,
wife. Oh.
You saw
No
how
wonder
drippy
Sai
he
looks so
brings up a
mad
good
in
question.
chapter 5.
You saw how drippy he looked in the cover, bro. I don't know.
He might have another baby mama.
But this brings up a good question. So if this is off the record, there's records. Ada should be able to see those records. Ada should know that they can talk with their minds through the Yamanaka thing. She might not know what they say on the minds if it's off the record, but like
well,
everything
two
that was on the
things.
record, she should be able to see.
No.
Well, two things. One, she does know it because they literally used it in chapter 75 to interrogate Amado, and Ada was listening. In addition
No,
to it,
Oh, yeah.
so she literally Shikamaru explained what they were doing, so she knows it exists. And even if there are records, unless they play the records out loud versus playing them in their mind, that would determine whether or not she would be able to go back and listen to them. Because if the way they
Determines
play the
how
record
records
is
are
like,
made.
we don't know what exactly these records are, but
Yeah, like is it a physical record? But like, if it's not played, they would still have to make the record, so they'd have to like type it down or whatever they do.
They store
still
it,
go to
whatever
see
they do. It really depends on what the records are, essentially.
But we don't know.
Yeah. They could also make it into a cipher to where even if she sees it, she wouldn't know what it says.
Yeah, but also at the same time, I don't know how it all works. This is also a newer thing, I think, because I don't think they were like keeping it on record when in chapter 69 when Shikamaru and Amato were talking
Yeah.
about Ada's ability. I don't think that was on record. Like, I think it's a new
Yeah,
thing
I don't
they
think
developed.
I don't think
I mean-
Shikamaru being like, "Oh wait, you're immune. You have to kill her." I don't think that's on the record.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be kind of like it's kind of like government when they do espionage missions. They don't tell everybody. Like they don't want shit to be known, and they'll keep it off record. And then
It's
later
also-
on, they'll write it down or like whatever.
It's also possible that this is literally something that they just started like 2 days ago, because in chapter 3, Kawaki asks about whether or not there is a spy, and Shikamaru said, "We're monitoring all the conversations of all the sensory team people, whatever. He's monitoring them." That could be why these things are on record right now, is like a safety thing. Like, hey, we might have a spy, so we're recording everything until this is sorted out. So this might not even been a normal thing until like 2 days ago.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know.
Which
when
might
they
be why
started.
Ino's all like, that's against the rules, like, because obviously they don't want to get in trouble for it, even though it's Shikamaru's rule, probably, but...
No, true.
Anyway, though,
Okay.
yeah,
How do y'all feel
technically
about
speaking, though,
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. It's your channel.
well, like you said, though, technically speaking, if Sarada had just said that Shikamaru's memories were altered, based off what we're seeing in this chapter, he would have figured it out. Of course, he wouldn't have had Boruto there to go talk to, or see him not attack the village. But like, apparently, that's all he needed.
Well,
There's
actually,
just a
I was listening to I think it was actually I was watching Free Game react to the chapter live or something. I think Mello joined and he said something interesting. He said that Sarada probably was saying it through an emotional lens rather than Amado, who said it not only through a logical lens, but not trying to convince him. So when you're not trying to convince someone, you're
Oh,
just
no,
saying
I
it out
said
loud.
that.
That's a lot more convincing.
I said that.
Oh, you said that? Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Take that
you're
credit away, Mel.
absolutely right. Based off what we've seen in chapter 1 anyway, Sarada didn't do like some logical explanation. She just
Yeah.
said like, I'm telling you,
Emotion.
Boruto's not a bad guy.
Mm.
That's it. Like, I'm telling you, he's innocent. You need to hear his side of the story. That's all
Yeah.
she said. Like, Shikamaru's gonna be like, bro, he tried to freaking kill his dad and brother. What do you mean? She didn't explain the memory. She didn't explain omnipotence to him.
I'm guessing maybe.
And I agree, Kamui, that you can say, "Oh, it's a plot hole." She should like if I was Sarada, I would have been logical and told him. But I don't think that is realistic because
No,
he
I didn't say
could be
that's a plot hole. I
frustrated.
didn't say that was a plot hole.
Not plot hole, but you
Sarada
know what I'm
not
trying
telling
to say. Like she should have just logically. She should have
That's
just
no.
Like, yeah, it
That's
would've
not my complaint. About this. It's not that Sarada didn't say it. I'm just saying she could have, and that would have worked.
worked. Yeah,
That's not a complaint.
but like I
But-
know why she didn't, and I think it's a good thing that she didn't actually.
I agree.
You could
That's
argue over 30
again,
years,
that
but
isn't a
not.
complaint I have.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is there a different complaint you have?
Yes.
Okay, what's the complaint? Hopefully it's
Okay,
similar.
Shikamaru should have figured that out on his own. Here's why. So let's start with the photo. Okay, you have a photo of Boruto when he's like 8 years ago. And I assume there's also photos of Boruto when Team was first formed, Boruto in the academy, and so on. And there isn't any Kawaki. That shouldn't make sense. Most importantly, though, did they not ask Himawari about it? Did they not say, Himawari, do you remember Boruto living in your home 8 years ago? She's gonna, well, assuming they did, which they should, she would say, "No, I don't remember that." And everyone would be like, "Yeah, I don't remember Boruto in the academy. I remember Kawaki being there." Okay, well, that's already weird. Doesn't make any sense. Shikamaru lives in a world where memory altering things exist. Okay? Sasuke's a genjutsu to white memories. He uses it on Jiraiya, Naruto, and the Arashiki arc. Orochimaru is his freaking cup of tea to erase memories. There's a bunch of things. Like there's a lot of clues, like the other clues that made Shikamaru say, "Hey, it makes sense. Swap Boruto Kawaki's roles." Like, you know, I don't feel like he needed to hear the words memory manipulation to just like figure out like it's like you live in a world where memory altering abilities exist. And then you have all these people who seemingly just don't remember stuff like that they have physical photos of. And it's like, gosh, isn't that weird? I feel like he could have figured this out on his own. Originally, though, the explanation we were given in chapter 1 and chapter 80 of part 1 is essentially that omnipotence erases that doubt. Sasuke sees, hey, you have the headband I gave Kawaki. I don't remember that. That's weird. You have Momoshiki. That's weird. But at the same time, my mind is actively telling me, like, it's okay. It's drastically bothering me less and less. Dart explains the same thing. It's omnipotence just erased their minds. It's like chapter 69 with Ada's love charm. Amado explains, even if you want to kill Ada, your instinct will reject that thought. If you think this doesn't make sense, omnipotence is making you say, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's rejecting those doubts. That's the explanation we were essentially given. But Shikamaru just listened to Amado say, my memories must be altered. Ignore whether Amado should be able to do that. If that's enough for Shikamaru to just be like, oh yeah, I think your Boruto Uzumaki, why isn't he rejecting that thought? Does omnipotence not make you reject that thought? Okay, if it doesn't, after all, how the fuck did he not figure this out sooner? Like, is he stupid?
God dang,
This is
that
the
was a
joke.
whole, that was a lot. You just filmed the
It's the
whole
general.
video right there, Convoy.
No, for
So
real.
coincidentally, this gets on to several of the topics all at once, things we're talking about. So actually going back to the first topic really quick. So the Sarada and Samurai hypocrites thing, this sort of goes on lines with this, because everything you mentioned of why their memory should be more accurate because of the consistencies, those are also, when not in the moment, those are memories. So when they talk to Ada, that's a memory that they're relying on. When they looked at that picture of Boruto, that was a memory when they're thinking back to it. The moments when they aren't directly interacting with a very clear consistency thing at the very moment, they're relying on a memory. So anytime that's not
Okay,
happening,
but like there was probably a scene in which Sarada was looking at the photo of Boruto and saying, Shikamaru, here it is, in the present, that she didn't have to remember. That
I
wasn't
agree.
changed
So
by
those
omnipotence.
moments-
Omnipotence changed
but
the
those
earlier
moments, I
events.
agree. Yeah, so
But
those
one
moments
thing
help
though
the
too
other
is though like they flipped it around and they made people think that Kawaki was Boruto. So when they see those pictures, maybe they're seeing Kawaki and not Boruto.
It
I mean,
is.
that was
recently
a
for the
potential
picture.
theory, but that's not what the chapter implied. The chapter implied that they were seeing the Boruto photo.
Conway,
What
can
context?
you pull the
Can
photo
you pull
up? Because
Yeah,
I
I was gonna
heard,
say that. Yeah.
I heard a theory recently. In fact, this might have been on the same podcast I was listening to for a game. But the theory was that maybe the picture was recent enough that Kawaki could have reasonably been in the
In the
photo and he was
picture,
just
yeah.
not there that day.
No, dude, it's when they're.
It could be when he's like
It's
5.
when they're
I just
like
don't remember.
Yeah,
three.
when I little kids.
No, it's when Himawari. That's why I said like 8 years ago. Boruto's like 5.
Okay, I
Why
might need to
wouldn't
see
him
that photo.
worry? Why wouldn't him
Sure.
worry pick up on that though? Like
That's what
Walky is
I'm
another of our baby
saying.
pictures
Why,
and stuff
like,
that.
did they not show freaking Himawari of all people? That she should have seen it anyway, because in chapter 78 or 77, the photo. Hold on, I'm gonna go pull that up too, just for side by side.
Yes.
But in chapter 77, the photo breaks Okay, then Himawari in chapter 78 goes to the house where there's a freaking photo on the ground. And also, they can't accuse Sarada or Sumire of tampering with the photo with some technology that they don't even have in the first place. But they can't accuse her of it because that photo was probably confiscated by the Leaf villagers before Sarada and Sumire even got to it. So they would have to accuse someone else who isn't advocating for this shit. So it's like, let me just out of curiosity and see if it also shows the photo in chapter 78. I have the photo, but okay, you get to see Himawari. There's literally a guy. Okay, there's literally a Leaf villager right next to the photo. His knee is right there. Okay, he's
And
seen
can
the
you post it
photo
in chat?
before.
Green, bro.
Um,
Yeah, can you
Okay.
put it in chat?
yeah, I know. 1 second. Okay. So this is just the guy looking at the broken photo. Where am I? Okay. This was in chapter 77 when the photo broke. That's what it looks like. It's an
Okay,
old
yeah.
family photo. Okay. And then in chapter 5 of Two Blue Vortex, it's clearly the exact same photo. The shards are in the same spots as they were. Boruto is like Kawaki ever came around.
Yeah.
It's like if Himawari's saying, I don't remember memories, remember this. That's odd because you have a photo of it. Wouldn't your first thought be in this ninja world where people like Orochimaru have memory wiping tea that maybe your memories have been altered?
But that's
Do
what
you
I'm
think
saying with
that- do you
Sarada and
think that-
Sumire. There's
do
so
you
many
think
ways that
that-
maybe Sarada and Sumire's memory should have been altered, but they don't think so. They think they're right and the world is wrong when they aren't looking at
But-
something that's relying on memories.
Do you think that?
Yeah,
it-
but Udi, they don't need to look at memories if they're currently looking at the photo.
I know, but if they're
That's
not
what-
currently looking at the photo, then they're relying on the memory of the photo.
Okay,
No,
but they could
I-
just go back and look at it again and look at it in
I
the present
know.
again. It's-
I know,
Well, look,
but,
peep this
but
though.
obviously it's not realistic.
Peep this
yeah,
though.
it is unrealistic.
is-
So this is stupid.
Do you think that Kawaki was smart enough to destroy pictures or get rid of the pictures where they were
Well,
younger?
clearly not,
Yes.
because
No.
Sarda says that they showed him this photo.
Oh, word. Okay, got you.
Well,
yeah.
And they still
doesn't
didn't believe it.
say that they showed people the
Yes,
photo.
she does.
They when they're
Yes, she
talking about
does.
physical evidence doesn't work, they show the photo on the panel. but
No.
at-
Also,
Sarda
wait,
said-
time out
Wait,
here.
I'm telling you. I'll pull
Okay,
up
then
the-
go pick it up.
Wait, time out here.
Yeah.
So didn't any of the
Yeah,
didn't any of the shinobi that were investigating Naruto's
Also,
house?
Wait a minute. Did it just say the chapter's coming in 9 hours? Is it coming
It's-
out early?
It's yeah. It's coming out
What
It's
the
the
tomorrow.
18th, bro. It comes out the 19th.
No, I'm on Viz. Just when I was going to find the chapter, it says new chapter coming in 9 hours. It said earlier it was coming out on the
Oh, okay.
19th, but it's coming out on the 18th, I guess now.
Oh, okay.
I might end up heading out in a little
Interesting.
bit.
Well, the point of that scene, though, calmly, wasn't that we showed this particular photo. It's to
Yes,
say
it is.
it's to say
That's
that
the
physical
point.
evidence is erased by doubt or whatever.
The point of
doubt
that
is erased.
scene is that what Amato did is supposed to be not normal. No one else
Exactly.
was able to do this.
Because
So-
physical evidence doesn't count.
Okay, but
Not even
Udi,
physical
they
evidence.
literally say, how can I put in chat? How can that be when everyone else still insists that Kawaki is Lord Seven's son, even when shown a family photo with Boruto in it? And they show the photo with Boruto in it. Clearly, these are in reference to each other.
I know. Okay, you're not gonna like this. Okay, Conway, I need you to sit
You
down.
think
I
it was
need
a
you to
different
prepare.
family photo with Boruto in it?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Conway, I need you to sit down for this because I know you're gonna hate this from the very essence of your being. Your soul is going to be screaming at me. I think they're saying that hypothetically. They're like,
They're
if
not.
we showed other people a photo,
No,
Did they
Udi,
still win
that's
it?
not what they said. Okay, they
that
said
was my
that-
first interpretation and only interpretation for months since I've seen it.
It's only been 1 month. This was last chapter.
Kamui, it sounds like you're relying on your own memory there.
I don't need memory. I can pull up the dates.
Huh.
Anyway, they literally did it. That's the point. Okay, so anyway, I'm not even gonna entertain that. The point is,
But it is
they
just a
have these
question
things
here.
like Shikamaru. It's like Shikamaru is smart. I really like how he, because just to give some props here, Shikamaru went beyond what Amato said. Amato just said, I clearly modified Kawaki. My memories must have been altered. Shikamaru is the one who said, actually, if we swap Boruto and Kawaki's roles, everything will make sense now. Amato didn't tell him that. So Shikamaru did do something smart there, and I like that. But realistically speaking, the point, it is kind of inconsistent in a sense because, like I said, Chapter 80 of Part 1, Chapter 1 of Part 2 implies that omnipotence just prevented people like Shikamaru from figuring it out. Like, that's the whole thing. You couldn't figure it out because it literally rewired your instincts to make you not figure it out, essentially. Now, at its core, the instinct thing shouldn't even work, to be honest, because I can defy my instincts. Like, instinctually, we're afraid of the dark. Well, I can still go in the dark. I'm afraid of spiders instinctually. I can let a spider crawl at me as much as I would hate to do that. Like, I don't want to, but I could do it if I really did want to. So you can defy. If I'm hungry instinctually, I can choose to not eat because I don't want to or whatever. So it's like that shouldn't even work. But anyway, it apparently does. Okay, so he shouldn't be able to figure it out, but he can figure it out because he did it. So what the fuck? Which is it?
With the